No, no, yeah, no, 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 yeah, no, 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 yeah, yeah, no, 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 yeah, no, no,
You gonna say
Josh,
anything?
I was about to until you decided to just like,
Whoops.
geez, we're already off to a rough start at the beginning. Ugh,
Derek's fault.
worst. Josh, there comes a time when sometimes maybe, three is just one too many. You know?
Wow.
You ever feel that way that like three is kind of a crowd or three
Nope.
is a company, if you will?
Nope.
No?
I've always
You don't,
liked
you don't
this
think
group as a three.
you don't think three is a company? I personally think it is sometimes.
No,
No?
I think it's great when we do it with
Uh
three people.
well, unfortunately that's not the case to start off this time because I was gonna go on a rant about something else, but unfortunately, yeah, we're running one man short to start the show today, folks. At here today on Thoughts from the Bench. It's just me and Joshua who is running the boards from his undisclosed location in the middle of America. What's
I
up,
think
bud? How are you?
everyone knows that I live in Oklahoma.
Well, I'm trying to keep the mystery of Buzz, man. Like
Oh,
that's how you build mystique, you know? You know?
this
You're
show
you're
is
you're
just so good.
you're a cow. You're a cowboy. You can like live anywhere for all we know.
That's true.
Which, by the way, speaking of cowboys, I'm surprised I didn't get a response from you yesterday about the
Sorry.
Fall Out Boy thing because I would have thought for sure you would have had a smart ass remark for me.
I was doing a bunch of headshots and didn't see it.
My apologies. But we have been on this record numerous times. For people who don't know, you hate new Fall Out Boy,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't blame you for. I
Right.
don't blame you for.
Right.
But I thought they did something really cool yesterday that I thought you of all people would have appreciated. For their new music video, which was called So Much for Stardust, which is also the name of their album, they got emo Jimmy Butler dressed in a purple rhinestone cowboy outfit, humming and dancing to the music, and it's just the entire video is just him, with like the last third of it with Pete Wentz, who's now rocking very long hair, by the way, in a kind of white and beige rhinestone cowboy outfit, and it's just the two of them in it. And I wanted to get your take on it because we are big emo Jimmy Butler fans. We're big Jimmy Butler fans in general here at Thoughts from the Bench. But can emo Jimmy Butler wearing a purple rhinestone cowboy outfit at all help save Fall Out Boy in your eyes?
Let's find out.
The music is probably not going to go well for you in this case, but at least the music video, though, that's the opinion that I want to get from you on.
So, if anyone's watching, you will not be able to hear the music. I will.
No, we don't want to get flagged.
Right.
We do not want to get flagged at
But
all.
we will do a Fall Out Boy Jimmy Butler top thing on. Okay. Stardust official. Okay. Do you want to pop these while we're standing here?
Why? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, action.
I'm drinking an Olipop.
An Olipop? It's an Olipop.
Olipop is soda that's good for you. Do you
Oh,
not
is
know
it
about
like
these?
is that the one that ran during like the Super Bowl where it's like the prebiotic
That's Poppy,
soda stuff?
but same thing.
Ah, oh, same thing.
Those are
Gotcha.
direct
All right.
competitors.
I didn't know that soda or pop or sorry, I didn't know pop could actually be healthy for you. So that's the part that I still kind of find sketchy on in general.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the marketing blitz and all
It's
that.
probably
So,
not actually healthy for you. It's probably a lie.
it's probably healthier than like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, I imagine.
Maybe.
But that's just
Debatable.
it's very debatable in that end. I give them credit for at least trying on that, but I am honestly very curious to see this reaction on your part because this is not the first time that a band or an artist have gotten like a celebrity type of idea for a music video. At least I give them that, but it's still just a wild It's a wild like mix that they put in the video, and I just appreciated the fact that they just decided to make him the focal point for the entire thing because emo Jimmy Butler was a thing. Like it or not,
Yeah,
emo
why
Jimmy
is he
Butler
a
took over.
cowboy though?
I don't know. That's the other thing. I have no clue why he's a cowboy, but
Just
I
trying to
don't
steal
care.
Orville Peck's thing, or like, what's the deal with this?
Well, if he was stealing Orville Peck's thing, he'd have a bandana around his mouth, or at
That's
least
true.
like a mask or something. Or I don't even know. Is it? It's just a mask that Orville Peck has, right?
Sometimes it's like beads, all sorts of stuff. Greg, it's just boring.
Oh my god.
It's not enticing me in any way, shape, or form. It's not like the Christopher Walken Fatboy Slim
Oh wow,
video.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's an all
That's
timer. I'll give you that.
that's gold. Or Gold on the Ceiling by Black Keys, and that guy just dancing
Mm,
outside the gas station. Like those are great.
okay.
This is just like, hey, Jimmy Butler's wearing a fucking cowboy suit. Oh, here's now Pete Wentz.
hmm
Yeah, man, I think
After
this
after I believe shaking a rhinestone 8 ball, by the way, to get him to be released or something. I don't know if that makes Pete Wentz a genie in this
and
sense, but hey, I'm all for it.
is Jimmy Butler doesn't wear 8.
That is fair. That is another very well. No, I was gonna say I thought like 8 was like a reference to like their eighth album, maybe, but I don't think that's the case.
Okay, so you understand where this is dumb.
I found it entertaining and unique. I'm sorry. I did. I did. I know you have high standards, but I thought you would have at least found it kind of fun. You
That
know?
would not have won a gold at the Oklahoma City Addies. I'll tell you that. Actually, it probably would.
No, you could have done something better. I bet. If you had Jimmy Butler, would you have dressed him up as a purple rhinestone cowboy? In fairness, though.
No, I probably would have tried to do something about the Bulls in Chicago, and Jimmy Butler was a Bull,
That is true. He was a bull.
so that's
He
probably what
should have stayed. Should have stayed as a bull. Actually, when you think about it,
it's
he was
probably
such a
where I
blue
would take
collar
it.
guy.
Okay.
All right. Well, I failed. I failed again trying to get you to at least somewhat come around on Fall Out Boy. So the mission will continue, I guess.
Um, we were talking about the NHL trade deadline right before we came on the air.
Yes, we were because big news broke about captain for the. He's the captain, right? Yeah, Mark Stone's the captain for the Vegas
Right.
Golden Knights. Lacerated kidney. He is out, probably out for the playoffs, I imagine.
It said
I would
season
imagine.
and doubtful for playoffs.
Okay, I can't even imagine how you would come back so quickly from a lacerated from a lacerated kidney this quickly.
Spleen.
Oh, spleen, lacerated spleen. Sorry. I don't know how you come back from that so quickly, but hockey players do crazy shit all the time. So God forbid in this sense. But this essentially now means that the Knights are probably going to be buyers. They
Well, and they have cap
believe
room to buy something big.
yes,
They were. You're right. They were probably going to be buyers, but now they have a chance to go out and use top winger money to
Mhm.
secure a guy who, like, I'm just going to sprinkle some names out there. Fucking Jake Gensel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who else. There's not a bunch of sexy free agents right now,
No, but
but
there's also the first time too that Gensel's in terms of wingers with like 40 goal potential and stuff. It's
Yeah.
very rare that those guys like still have a year left on their contract and they're very not even that they're going to be free agents, rentals, and they're still relatively young that you could potentially get a long-term deal out of them after the fact too.
yeah, and so they're basically headed into this is that there's trade bait. Well, is this adjustable? No, great. The big ones that were out there, Chris Tanev, who just got snatched up by Dallas.
Mhm.
Noah Hannafin,
Great.
who was his D partner in Calgary.
Yeah.
And
Calgary's
then,
in full sale mode, I imagine, at this point, right?
right, and then you have
They have to be.
Gensel and Markstrom, and then that's kind of it as far as like big name. Supposedly Jacob Chikrin is available, but Chikrin would have to waive a no trade clause to do so.
Mhm.
For the most part, though, it's a pretty boring thing. Now, with that being said, the buyer's situation was a lot. Basically, like anybody that would have been willing to buy doesn't have the cap room to buy. But
Right.
now Vegas has a lot of cap room to buy. So
Mhm.
they can either
And
go
not-
add depth or they can go add yet another legit scorer.
and they are, and the one thing to know about the Vegas Golden Knights is they are not afraid to go big at the deadline. They've done it before. They've been aggressive with their moves, and it's worked out for them because they're the defending Stanley Cup champions for a reason. So let's not act like that they're going to be kind of shying away from the fact that they might buy low or something to display what they have. No, they're big game hunters, and they're damn good at it usually, and it works out very well for them in that case.
Steph,
I just think that
real quick, I did post a picture of Bill Hillgrove, and I said Bill would want you to watch. And Steph said, I don't know who Bill is, but I didn't want to disappoint him. Thanks, Steph.
Aw, love that radio broadcaster for the Steelers and Pitt football. I believe he's retired. I don't know if he retired from Pitt. I know he retired from the Steelers today, but I believe it's all encompassing. I'm not 100% sure, but
That would make sense.
oh, I love that voice. Love that voice. He's been the Steelers guy for a long ass time too. 30 years, I think.
It's also the last voice that we grew up with.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're Ashley. I'm so sorry, Ashley. We have a friend named Steph, and
Was it-
she has a similar handle.
Is it Punk Rock Princess?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Ash. Yeah,
Oh.
it's
Oh,
okay.
we know Ash. Okay, sorry,
Oh,
Ashley.
I went to college with her. Yeah.
Sorry, Ashley.
That's
I thought you
okay.
were our friend Steph.
Yeah. But trust me, I would get the two of them mixed up too if you didn't know them. Don't worry about it.
Ashley, what do you want us to talk about? Just fire it off
Mhm.
in the chat.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that too because I would say the voices I grew up with, Mike Lang, obviously. I grew up with Laney Forterre for baseball,
Yep.
and Bill Hillgrove, yeah, is who I grew up with for football. So yeah, you're right.
Both
He's the
your football
last
teams.
of both my football teams. You're correct. So yeah, I'm in a whole different zone with regards to that. Yeah, because our parents grew up with what? Myron Cope.
Yep.
Um,
We grew up with Myron Cope. I remember Myron Cope.
I didn't. My memories of Myron Cope are very faint, because obviously Bill Hillgrove took over at 30 years. So Cope would have been there what when we were 3 or 4.
Steph is
Maybe?
your favorite person you've never met. Good. Awesome.
Seriously, they only know each other through Instagram. Actually, it's weird.
Do they know each other through Instagram? Are you sure? Positive?
Yeah, because we've been at the same shows together, but they've
Oh.
never actually met each other. It's the weirdest
Oh.
thing. Yeah.
Punk Rock Princess, did you like the new Jimmy Butler video with Fall Out Boy?
I don't think Ash has a good has a good knowledge base of most casual sports teams, but she does love Fall Out Boy, so I feel like she would have thought it was hilarious seeing an emo Jimmy Butler rocking a purple rhinestone cowboy outfit.
Don't sway the audience, Gregory. Just let
I'm just
Ashley decide for herself.
purple rhinestone cowboy. What's not to love unless you are Joshua Elsas, who has higher standards?
That's
in
not
life?
true. I love Little Nas X. You shut up, you bitch.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
In the Fall Out Boy video made I need this little heart thing to go away. I can't read that. Oh, made it way better. I've seen the emo thing. Oh shit, I fucked all this up. Okay. Sorry, I don't normally read the comments because I can't really read.
Oh, that's okay, but
I'm telling Ashley, not you.
Ow.
I've seen the emo thing last year for media, and the Fall Out Boy thing made it way better. Okay. Well, Ashley,
See?
you have
Yeah.
fallen down my board quickly.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's okay. Eventually, somehow, some way, they'll come back around to you loving them again. I know it. I know it in my heart of hearts.
Um, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Is it because you're so far gone, or is it because your tastes have just kind of evolved and stuff?
Yes, Ashley, the YouTube chat does make it hard to see the chat. It's like it has the like emojis for me to respond to people that is
Hmm.
cutting off the fucking text that we're receiving. It's very
Oh,
fucking
that's dumb.
confusing. I
That's
hope
very weird.
Derek's not watching this because he is gonna kill us.
Nah, it's okay. He's busy. Let him put out his fires and stuff.
Fall Out Boy, I'll say 2.5 great albums
Hmm.
and a revolution for 10 years. However, like I still don't know what the comeback like music like it still isn't. It's arena rock, but it's not even really that all that good arena rock to me. Um,
Have you ever seen them in an arena? Just out of curiosity.
I saw them at Stage E outside.
Okay, that was the comeback show when Save Rock and Roll came out. I imagine.
Yeah, and that was
Okay,
that was
because
the
that show sold out quick,
and that was like
like
the Light 'em
super
Up
quick.
song was the big song.
Yeah, that was Save Rock and Roll.
And it started to lightning while they played that song. So that was cool.
Okay.
Um we all just shut our eyes and look away at the Mania album. At the Mania album. What's that mean?
Yes, you're damn right we do. The Mania album, do you remember the one with Young and a Menace? That was the single that came out and it was just like horribly like edited and just like absolute garbage when it came out.
I
And
don't
funny
remember
enough,
this.
oh, it's so bad, dude. But the saving grace on that one is that at least when they do it in arenas, it's just Patrick Stump playing it on the piano. That's it. And it's a million times better than the actual song they released for it. But it is garbage.
I need to see the discography list. I'm getting there.
Which, by the way, when you said 2.5 good albums, I'm curious on this one.
Okay.
Take This to Your Grave, obviously.
Oh, I don't even remember this album coming out. This 2018 album.
Oh, the Mania one?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Because when they dropped the single, I'm pretty sure nobody listened to the album after the single came out because it was just that bad.
Yeah. Okay, so 2.5 good albums. Obviously, Take This to Your Grave from Under the Cork Tree, and then Infinity on High is the half album.
Interesting. I was not
Can't wait
expecting
for the
Infinity on
Fall
High.
Out Boys Eras tour. Do you think? Okay, that I would go see. That I would
Oh my-
pay. I would pay money because then I know I'm gonna hear the good stuff, Greg. I don't have to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then when they get later into the night and they start doing the shitty stuff, like I can leave.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they close the show with Saturday, that's all I care about. Like they can't do it without closing it that way. But no, I've seen them in an arena, and I will say I was surprised at how good they were as an arena band. I was not expecting them to be, but the way that their acoustics are set up and the way they have the stage presence, I think is better than I expected from them. So I was pleasantly surprised.
They do secret songs for their shows. What's that mean? Like,
It means like so like if you go on like if you search to see like what the lineup is for a show, like
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 you're gonna find it online somehow.
oh,
But like they don't do it. Like they'll either revert stuff or they'll do
I
stuff
see.
specifically for that show. Yeah.
I see. Okay. It's not okay. You can be an arena band but not play arena rock. You know that, right?
Yeah, I guess. It's just the association is so easy with me with regards to that. But I get what you're saying because like you can have discography that isn't considered arena rock, but the way that you present it can come off well in an arena.
And then let me run this one by you.
Okay, go ahead.
which band did arena rock better, Fall Out Boy or A Day to Remember?
probably a day to remember.
Yeah.
Their stuff's a little, it's heavier, and it just kind of like it reverberates a little bit better too. Yeah,
And then
I'll give
I'll
you that.
even take a day to remember and I'll see you bring me the Horizon.
Oh, I saw videos of their overseas tour. My God, that looked incredible.
I don't think I've ever
I don't
seen
have
them
like I don't have
inside.
like the strongest
Yeah.
like passion towards Bring Me the Horizon, but I would absolutely go to a Bring Me the Horizon show if it meant like going into an arena for that. That would have been so cool.
They're so Ashley says, I don't think I've ever seen Fall Out Boy inside. A Day to Remember is an outdoor band all day. When they play Pittsburgh, they're an outdoor band all day, for sure.
Yes,
But when they play
I've seen them twice. I've seen them twice at the Pete, and they were
Oh, that's
good.
inside.
They're- yes, but what I'm saying is they were good inside, but being outdoors like for their last show in Pittsburgh, that was like a other vibe. Whole other vibe.
Yeah.
That crowd was incredible for that. Yeah.
Arena rock is a genre. Arena band means that they're playing to a certain number of people.
Mhm.
Right? So, like, Fall Out Boy has crossed over to the point where Stage AE inside isn't going to hold them. Mr. Smalls isn't going to hold them. Right? That kind
Right.
of thing.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember where I was going with all this. But basically, I would say that Fall Out Boy's attempt to do rock and roll sucks, and that they should have just kept making pop punk. And if they really wanted to keep doing something cool, they should have maybe stayed on the idea where they were headed with Fully Deluxe. But
You and Folia do.
thank you, whatever the fuck it's called.
It's okay. French doesn't strike me as your strong suit.
Fuck you. I was speaking Spanish today. Might sound better inside, but I'd rather be outdoors. We need another mid to large venue. Oh, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're building one in the process where the Mellon Arena used to be. They're putting in another venue that's going to be like a 4,000 seater run by Live Nation.
So where's everyone gonna park?
I think they're also building a garage there as well. And then you can probably also do what some people do for Pens games, and like there's garages like kind of close to PPG. You can also park in downtown and just walk over and stuff.
Glad I don't live there. I
Fair.
did live there actually. I lived there my whole life and then moved away a couple of years ago. No way, that's awesome. Oh, she's talking about the venue. Minus the Live Nation part. Yeah, fuck Ticketmaster.
Oh God, yeah. Live Nation also runs they run the Roxy too, which is also kind of a bitch to have to deal with sometimes.
Tea all day. Yeah. Where were What do you think the Pens do at the deadline? If anything.
I think they sell some stuff. I think Dubas showed his hand when he said that he was going. They need to get younger, and
Okay.
he's not wrong. They really do need to get younger. I would sell one of the goalies, either Ned or Jari, because I do believe that I've said because I told you I think the market for goaltenders, even for contenders, is not good. So getting any type of body to be able to help will go a long way for them, and both of them I think are solid goalkeepers, and it gives them a chance to see what Blomqvist can do if they bring him up for the rest of the season. If they trade Riley Smith, it's only to Vegas because I can't imagine he'll accept a trade anywhere else. I would be interested to see if they
Well,
can
right.
get rid of POJ.
Oddly enough, they just got all this cap room and they're looking for a goal scoring winger.
One who actually wants to be there. So go figure. I also think POJ needs to go. I think I wanted him to work out and stay, but I just think he needs to change of scenery. I just don't think he'll ever develop into more than like a third pairing defenseman.
I don't think a change of scenery is going to help him because we're already his third scenery.
Yeah, that's fair. But his first in terms of like regular NHL play though is the thing, and he's also still young. He's only 24.
He couldn't crack the lineup other places.
But in some negs he's on the first pair with Letang though, which is wild to me.
You also love Eric Tangrady.
No, that's Bo.
Okay.
No,
gonna
that's
say-
Bo. The big dog Tangradi is all Bo.
Big dog. Um,
Mhm.
what about moving Carlson?
I can't imagine anyone's going to take that $10 million salary. I think they're locked into. I think they're locked into Carlson. I also anything that I've read, whether it be like the Athletic, whether it be Pittsburgh Hockey Now, whether it be like the Trib or anything, have all kind of said the same thing that like Carlson is essentially part of that. It's like the core 3+1 now. And I think it's because of by proxy, because of the salary that therefore he's now under consideration with that. Like, I don't think they'd ever move Carlson.
Well, if Kyle Dubas is clever, he could get a team to take retention for a pick. And there's plenty of teams that would do that for picks.
Mhm.
Also, Ottawa apparently wants Carlson back. And they are a capped out team. However, they would have to, move some things around. You could flip a Chikrin for a Carlson and get somebody to take something for a draft pick.
Yeah, that's still. I think that's what like maybe 2 or 3 mil difference though, because I don't think Chikrin makes 10 mil a year. He makes like maybe 7 or 8 at
But
best.
still, you can still go get the San Jose Sharks to take contract. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that kind of stuff.
That's true. They already did it once. I don't know if they'll do it again, but we'll see. It's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you
I think you can't go full tear it down rebuild.
right?
But
And
also,
in his defense too, Dubas did not say that they're going to do a rebuild and tear it all down. He just says they need to get younger. So you can realistically get younger without having to like put in a massive rebuild and just start from scratch.
yeah, but
I think
nobody
it's
wants to
doable.
give up their good young players. You gonna do whatever it takes to get Elias Pettersson out of Vancouver? Just to have him play where?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I did see a note. I saw a note before I jumped on with you that like I think the Hurricanes and the Canucks were talking about Pettersson perhaps, which
Well, the
wouldn't be
Hurricanes
bad.
have needed a star player in the worst way forever. They have a lot of good players. They don't have a star player.
They have a lot of very good young players, but
Right.
yeah, that's fair. They don't have a guy to be like the face.
Right.
That makes sense.
I would I'm just like it's like hope in one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up first. No one wants to give up their young players. Nobody wants to give up a young winger, which is really what we're looking for, is basically what he's saying, because you're not moving Malkin to the third line, right?
No, God no.
And
God, no.
so
Although the second pairing with him, Pustonen, and O'Connor is like sneaky good, not like elite, obviously, but like it's got some like weird dynamic that I think is kind of interesting because both those young guys are paired like well with him. I think.
but that's a third line.
I agree. But
Nowhere
I
in the
just like
NHL that is competing for a Stanley Cup is at a second line.
right.
So you put that on the third line, then you have to completely rebuild your second line.
Mm-hmm.
Get a young center who's going to want
Which is a
second line center money. You see where I'm going with this?
yeah. It's just the math doesn't work out well, and it's going to be very hard to find that without drafting and without like all your other assets to be able to get that to get there. So I see what you're saying,
Right.
but that also leads into like my belief too that like I think them trading Gensel and one of their goalies will help kind of get that at least started, moving in the right direction. It's gonna piss off a lot of people because it's like because the logic of like it's the first sign that like the Pens are tanking or losing or something like that. I don't believe it. I think as long as you have Crosby, you'll compete night in and night out. I don't think he can't compete essentially. So I think it'll be fine. It's just we're in for last year was kind of the turning point when we realized like things are not going to be all rosy and stuff for a while, and I think we have to get used to that as Pens fans.
I'm going to go back and try to find this really quick. Josh Elsas. Crosby.
I also saw a note too that like when you sum up, and I think it was Josh Yoey's mailbag on Athletic, when you sum up truly everything that Hextall did wrong in such a short amount of time, it's amazing how quickly that screwed the Penguins. like if you put it all in context too, because like losing McCann and Brandon Tanev in one weekend for essentially the sake of signing Jeff Carter to a $3 million contract might have been one of the worst things that has ever happened to a franchise. Might have been one of the worst moves you could have possibly ever seen for that sake. So it's kind of damning when you think about that. And I'm not mad at some of the contracts he gave out either, by the way. Like he got Raquel, Russ, Letang, and Malkin signed to relatively like cheap deals for the production they were putting up as well, especially in today's NHL. When if you look at the Maple Leafs, how they have 4 guys on their roster making 10 mil at least, and all on their top 2 lines with no depth behind them, that's a problematic situation that you're going to have moving forward and stuff, and that's never going to be something you can kind of like get control of. And it's not like it's not the NFL where the cap is going to go up tremendously. Like if it goes up like maybe 3-4 mil a year. So trying to balance that out is not easy, to say the least. So I will give Hextall some credit on that one, but in terms of like the overall picture, man, he set this franchise back really bad with only just a short amount of time he was here.
I was trying to find it. I wrote an article a few years ago about why we should trade Sidney Crosby. And, ultimately it was that while he's here, we don't have permission to rebuild. And that trading him would not only give us permission to rebuild, but it would fucking allude to a rebuild that he would probably have to deal with in the playoffs before his career was over.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you would get for Sidney Crosby.
Right.
I
mean, it's also the logic too that if Wayne Gretzky can get traded, anyone can get traded.
Ultimately, in hockey, that has always been the truth. I understand that Sid doesn't want to play anywhere else. I understand all this stuff, and I get it. And the cap's going up, and this, that, and the other thing. But like, it's just right now where we're at. You can't even reload because the positions where you would want to quote unquote get younger, we don't even have the slots on the roster open for.
If you were not a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and you said I could have the Penguins as they are currently with the best player in the world playing at his absolute best, or the Carolina Hurricanes without a star but just really good young pieces everywhere, I'm pretty sure you would take the Hurricanes 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's coming from a hockey fan in general, being a smart hockey fan as you are. So I don't think it's wrong for you to kind of think like, hey, this is the logic we could do if like we trade Sidney Crosby. It's just the uproar and the dynamic of always being associated with that you are the guy that got rid of the face of the franchise and essentially creating a whole new Yager situation all over again is probably not something that anyone wants on their conscience.
I'm just saying, if I'm the Carolina Hurricanes, I know I'm one star player away from a Stanley Cup or a decent fucking goalie away from a Stanley Cup run. And I know that because I don't have a superstar, I can make room for one.
Right.
Plain and simple.
And you have all those young pieces that I think it's okay to get rid of a couple for the sake of one star guy.
I mean, look at what Vegas did.
Here's the thing about Vegas. Like, the impressive thing about them was that they were able to get all of those star players around them by also building up a really strong youth and development like core that they had. And they're still slowly still finding ways to supplant it as well, even after trading a lot of those guys to get those star players. That's a really damn good run organization that like you probably don't even think about it at the time.
But do you know why? Because they don't fucking care about who you are and how long you've been there. No, Riley Smith is the prime example of that, right? Alex Tuck.
Yeah.
See ya. You mean we could get Jack Eichel for Alex Tuck? Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Riley Smith, thanks for all the fucking memories, even though they weren't so great.
Wow.
See what I did? I took your own weapon.
Yeah, I see what you did. Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
I liked that. All right.
Proud of you for that one. Yeah. No, I get it, but also in fairness too, like Vegas is in a situation where they're a brand new market and they've only been around for 5 years. They've been to two cup finals, they've won one, so they're trying to like establish themselves already. So maybe you don't have time for the ability to be able to have a legacy for a player. You're trying to win now and build a culture and a fan base to create a business.
Yep. Plus, it's Pittsburgh. You can't. We're so
Oh yeah,
scarred.
no, you
You can't do that.
still scarred, absolutely. Hey, I never actually asked you about this
Huh.
last week when it broke. Did you get a chance to see the Yager retirement ceremony like
I did.
as a
I
whole?
did. I did.
You did?
Yep.
Yeah. I but aside from for me the best part is the comment about he made about his girlfriend saying that
Sure.
she's too
The internet
she's
loved
too,
that. Yep.
oh she's too young to remember me from playing in Pittsburgh. Dead, absolutely dead. Did seeing that though, like, did how did that make you feel as a lifelong Pens fan though?
I mean, I think that whole is a really weird word to use, but it is a little whole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I
Did
don't.
you believe you would ever see it?
No.
Okay.
But I also never thought Mario would sell the team. So
Mm,
those like that had to happen before that happened. You know what I mean?
right.
And to see it up there next to Lemieux is where it belongs. I also think that Tom Barrasso's number probably belongs up there. But
Mark Madden actually had a really good column about that talked about how
did he?
Barrasso deserves to. Yeah, Barrasso, like he thinks Barrasso deserves to retire, has his jersey retired because
Yeah.
I think it was around the time that like they're talking about Fleury like ending his career
Right.
and how there's going to be people that'll push for Fleury to have his jersey retired,
Yep.
and Madden talked about that. Well, if Fleury's getting retired, Barrasso deserves it
Right.
probably more, honestly.
And Barrasso's Hall of Famer now too.
He is.
The
And
guy
actually, in the two cups that he won for us, he was actually the starting goalie, unlike Fleury, who technically only won one, whereas like the other ones were Murray.
Well, that 2017 cup was Flowers. He may not have been the guy in the cage when it all was said and done, but we don't get past the Caps without him.
That's fair. I'll give you that. They rode the hot hand with Murray on that one, in fairness, too.
No, Fleury. It wasn't. They didn't go back to Murray until he was healthy.
But that was down the line because Fleury didn't play in that Stanley Cup final though.
No,
like,
it
Murray
was
started
like
all those
midway
games.
through the Eastern Conference Finals
Okay.
that they flipped back to Murray. Like Flower was the starter for the majority of those playoffs.
Okay.
The games.
Okay, so that's
played.
fair. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can give credit for two of the rings then. All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah, Tom
Also, I never realized this.
Barrasso, okay, went from playing high school hockey in Boston to winning the Rookie of the Year in the NHL the next year. He
Damn
went
impressive.
from sitting in a high school classroom
Mm-hmm.
as a goalie
Yeah.
to like being not just the best goalie in the NHL that year, but then the best rookie player in the NHL. That's fucking insane. Anyway.
That is crazy to think too that like he did not play any junior hockey whatsoever.
No.
That's almost like a prerequisite to even get into the NHL.
Now you would never take a high school hockey goalie and be like, "Go on, kid, show us what you got." Like even Flower and Carey Price played juniors. They didn't, you know what I mean? They came out of the junior system. They were 18 when they started playing in the NHL, but they were.
Yeah, no. If you're playing high school hockey when you're 18, you're way behind the curve already. Like your chances of getting into the NHL are slim to none in that case. Like you need to be playing juniors at bare minimum. You need to be playing like USHL or like.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
In upper state New York, Massachusetts, Minnesota
for sure. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Wisconsin, and Michigan, you could play high school hockey and then go to juniors and still make the NHL.
That's fair. There's definitely like stories of guys that like would go to juniors for like a year or two, but they're also the overage guys as well.
But
Like
that's
those are the
not
19, but they're the 19, 20-year-olds that are playing junior hockey. So
yeah,
like
and then you go
and
play
again,
college and then yeah.
yeah, and then you could eventually like get signed as like a free agent like after this year or something, after like your senior year or something like that, or you could get drafted because no one has your rights yet and they passed them over. But the reason they're not drafting you is because of the fact that you're an overage guy.
Zach Hyman got drafted.
You're not wrong.
Brian
I'll
Rust.
give you that. Brian Rust, yeah, Brian Rust, that's fair. No, it's just
Like
but
Gensel just did
that's a
it.
sport. But that's a sports thing in general, though, man. Like most teams like want to get guys that are like at not like the youngest possible, but they want them to be like almost like right before they're about to get their peak because they want to like get as much potential out of them. It's the longevity aspect of it. Like it's kind of a running thing, but like part of the reason the Steelers like always prioritize guys who are like barely 21 is because like they realize that they can get a longer career out of them. They can get like if they hit on them, it's like damn, that's a 15-year career that maybe an extra year or two you could get from. So there's logic to it. It's not sound, but it does make sense to a degree.
I'd go ask Edmonton how they feel about Zach Hyman. I'd go ask Detroit how they feel about JT Compher.
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask the Pittsburgh Penguins how they feel about Brian Rust.
They're very happy. I will give you that. They're very.
And
very
then
happy.
I'd go ask whatever fucking schmuck is employing Jimmy Vesey right now how they feel about Jimmy Vesey.
Wow. That was a whole like free agency like spectacle that we haven't seen in a while too. With
Well, that's
Vesey,
what
I
they're
think.
worried about with who's the BU kid everybody's got their dicks all wound up about. It's going to be the 1-1 this year.
No, it's like a Calabrini.
Yeah.
I think.
Celebrini.
Oh, Celebrini.
Celebrini.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's like if San Jose takes him, he'll go back to school. Like that's what like everyone's saying.
Who cares? Who cares? Owen Power got drafted 1-1 and still went back to school for another year.
Yeah,
like
because
I think
they were gonna win a national championship that year, and it was the most loaded Michigan team on the planet.
yeah, but like if Macklin Celebrini gets drafted by San Jose, you're gonna tell me that he's gonna stay all 4 years at BU just to avoid having to play for the San Jose Sharks? I find that hard to believe.
That's what Jimmy Vesey did.
But Jimmy Vesey was not a 1-1 pick though, man. Like
No, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you is like, oh no, I think he was. Maybe not
Vesey
1-1. He was a high pick though.
I do not remember Vesey being like a lottery pick though. Like
He might have been, Greg.
Listen, I find it very hard to believe that Macklin Celebrini, if he gets drafted, and this is all contingent on if San Jose.
Oh, he was a third rounder. You're right.
Okay. See, okay, the third round thing, that's I at least understand because okay, you're weighing your leverage at that case because you're like, okay, I'm gonna stay in college, I'm gonna develop my game, and then I'm going to get a prominent role no matter what wherever I go because I was a third round pick and I'm damn good at it. So I'm going to try to like expose free agency in that sense, which was good on him. But if you're a lottery pick, there ain't no fucking way because that especially at 1-1, like the way that the entry level deal works, that's the most money you can make like from the very beginning of your career at that point. If you give that up, I find that hard to believe that that's going to be worth it for 4 years to avoid playing in San Jose.
You don't think that the alumni at BU can't find a couple of mil?
You know, I will be 100% honest with you. I've never heard of NIL hitting hockey yet.
Already has. Penn State in the transfer portal the past 2 years has been fucking amazing. They went and got like two dudes that were Hobie Baker candidates with NIL money.
Well, I mean so more from the perspective of like because here's the thing, like we this kind of got brought up like previously, the potential of like Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison avoiding the NHL draft and just avoiding the NFL draft and staying
Right.
an extra year in college because NIL was so great. We're talking now of the point of like a 1-1 Macklin Celebrini staying at BU for 4 years because he's going to get paid more to play college hockey instead of his entry level deal with the NHL.
Right. Hypothetical.
not-
Hypothetical.
It's hypothetical, yes. If that is something that can happen, I would be fascinated to see because I'm pretty sure the way the NHL draft is set up, you're locked into like a specific amount per pick.
Yep.
So if BU or some donor is kind of like, hey, we'll pay you double what
Yeah.
you'd be making on an entry level deal that year. That's possible, unless Celebrini really wants to turn pro right away.
I bet
Okay.
Jack Eichel would have stayed a year.
Well, he played 1 year at BU, right?
Yep.
Before he got drafted by Buffalo. Okay.
He played an
Well, I
underage
mean, like-
year at BU.
Well, he did hate Buffalo in general. Like that's
Yeah,
very obvious
yeah.
on that one. So
And if he would have been offered money to stay, you don't think he stays?
all 4 years.
Better yet, do you think Austin Matthews plays college hockey now instead of going over to Sweden?
Oh, could you imagine him at Arizona State? Hometown kid making bank at that point.
I don't
Ooh.
think Arizona State has the NIL money like BU or Michigan does, but
Well, it's still a D1 program that like I think they could have found some boosters at some point, and their program's growing, like so I could see it, but no, I get what you're saying. Like if Notre Dame or like or here's the other question I have, like outside of BU, because like I know BU's like in the Boston area and stuff like that, could theoretically schools that are like predominant like hockey programs like Nebraska, Omaha, or
Okay.
like
North Dakota
St.
State.
Cloud State, North Dakota State, St. Cloud State, stuff like that. Like, could they afford shit like that, like NIL money for a guy to stay multiple years? You think?
Okay. It's a short list.
Right.
BU and BC are at the top of that.
Okay.
I would say Michigan's at the top of that. I would say Notre
Mhm.
Dame's at the top of that. North Dakota State is at the top of that.
Penn State, obviously.
Penn State, but Penn State wouldn't. That's not how Penn State runs their program.
Okay.
And Minnesota obviously is also in that category.
Minnesota, Duluth,
Nope.
Minnesota State.
Nope, not enough money.
Really?
Not enough money.
Really?
Not enough
Okay.
money.
Okay.
I think that's the list. I think that is the
Okay.
list in its entirety. And the other, because the other part of it is this: they have NHL money. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they have their alumni base isn't just donors who love hockey. It's TJ Oshie and Jonathan Taves, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh,
Yeah. I know what
okay.
you mean.
You think those guys got some pocket change that they could toss to keep you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be clear here. Like, NHL players are vastly underpaid, but also, in fairness, too, I think most of them do well with their money that they could probably toss in a little bit to keep their roster like in flux and all that. And in fairness, you have like if you have guys that are drafted and are like staying longer in college hockey, imagine the growth and popularity that you could get from college hockey already. I would say it's gotten better over the last few years, but imagine keeping those guys there. That'd be huge for the game.
There was an article, I don't know if it was The Athletic or EP Ringside. One of the Puck Soup dudes wrote it that college hockey has become equal to the junior development in Canada or better at this point.
I don't hate that, but again, like my concern with that one is like with college hockey, like the ages is still a little different.
But
because,
that's
like,
why
in the
it's
junior
better
pro-
for you. If you're 18
It
years
is.
old and you're a stud and somebody's like, you can either go play juniors
Mhm.
or you can come play here for a year, play against grown men, play in a system that is an NHL designed system. Yeah, you're not going to score 70 fucking goals, but you're going to score 20 goals, and those are going to be real fucking goals that you're scoring against grown men playing systematic defense like you will face in the NHL.
The other thing that I find interesting about it, and I can't remember if it's a nationality thing or if it's like where you're playing at the time moment, but I believe if you go to college, so like if you're drafted and then you go to college, I believe a team holds your rights for 4 years, but if you are still in juniors, it's only 2.
When they're drafted?
So like yeah, so like when a guy gets drafted, they obviously don't have to sign right away. Like the NHL team holds that
I see what
player's
you're
rights
saying.
for
I
yeah, yeah.
don't
Like the
know.
NHL
That's a good
team holds their
question.
rights for yeah, the NHL team holds their rights for like X number of years, but like I'm pretty sure if you go to college, the team holds your rights for 4 years, but if you stay in juniors, it's 2.
I thought it was
So that
I thought it was 3 across the board, and that's why Jimmy Vesey waited and played his senior year.
no, it's not. It's not 3 across the board. Because I know it's less. I know it's less
It's
for
less in
Canadian.
juniors.
It's less in juniors, and I know because I know for Europe it's 3. I know that part,
Oh,
but I
okay.
believe if you go to college it's 4.
Interesting.
Yeah,
don't know.
but it's fascinating, and I don't hate the logic on that one, but the grown men part adds to it because like I'm pretty sure the max you can play as a junior is 20, and then you're
Yeah.
done.
Yep. You can
Unless-
you can apply for an overaged year, but you can only have played so many games to be given the overage year.
So if it's like if you've had like a bad injury history or something like that,
Or you're the backup. It's like a red shirt, same thing, right? Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
only played 4 games and really didn't actually play. You know what I mean? I dressed for 4 games, didn't play, that kind of thing. But
I would find that funny being 21 and not getting like and being like riding the bench for most of my career and being like, hey, can I have one more year so I can play junior hockey with all the good 18-year-olds now to show how good I am?
I mean, if that extra year got you a
Mhm.
scholarship to go play at Minnesota Duluth, because ultimately that's kind of what it becomes, right? Like maybe a guy is playing on a good team 4th line minutes, right?
Mhm.
Then either his team loses other good players, so now he's playing top line minutes, or he gets traded and now he's playing top line minutes. Like it's all about opportunity at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then if you go to Minnesota Duluth and hey, you got 4 more years to develop there. So maybe you're 25, 26 coming out of college hockey, right? And maybe you've kind of developed, I saw this thing that Zach Hyman's really on top of my brain today because I saw a thing.
Yeah, really.
Well, I saw a thing. He played on a team with like, hang on, Zach Hyman midget team roster. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this. It was like a TikTok or something. But Zach Hyman basically was on a like a midget. Midget is like minor league hockey, like little kid
Yeah.
hockey. With
Mhm.
I was just saying that in general, so people didn't think I was being bad.
Fair.
He played with basically 5 NHLers on that team. Okay, he was not the best kid, like at all.
But he got better by playing with them and being around them.
Well,
right?
but he was so the quote is he was the hardest worker, right? And then when he got recruited to go play in the USHL, they said he's not the best player, but he works his ass off. Then his USHL team's fucking loaded. Okay?
Mhm.
And he's playing with another like 5 future NHLers. Then he goes to Michigan. And he plays on the 3rd line because he's playing behind Dylan Larkin, JT Compher, Kyle Connor, like just this fucking star-studded Michigan team, right?
Right.
And then he gets drafted to Toronto, or he gets, I don't know
Mhm.
how he gets signed to Toronto, so I can't remember. Right?
Mhm.
And then he's playing behind Austin Matthews. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
now look at him. He's 28. He might, some nights, he's Edmonton's best player. Connor McDavid handpicked him to come to Edmonton because he wanted to play with him. So the best 15-year-old,
Mhm.
18-year-old, 21-year-old does not necessarily mean that they are going to be the worst 28-year-old. Or I fucked that up, but you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I get it. The worst 15-year-old, the worst 18-year-old, the worst 21-year-old does not mean they're going to be the worst 28-year-old, I
Exactly.
guess. Interesting. Okay.
Especially in hockey. We talk about it with defensemen and goalies all the time. The aging curve still exists, but their peaks are so much later in their career because it takes so much time for them to become, developed in the little things
Yeah.
that make them great.
Especially those two areas too, because defensemen have to like grow and get used to like how to play the puck and like being able to who you're paired with and learning their tendencies and stuff like that. That's kind of why I feel like if a defenseman signs like a big contract or something, there's like expectations that they're gonna like be like a stable force from the get go and stuff. And it takes a minute, I feel like, to get them like to get their feet wet, because like Marcus Pedersen came over and he wasn't that great to begin with. It took him like maybe 2 or 3 years before he got his footing, and then he developed into a steady NHL defenseman and stuff.
Better
And
than
goalies,
steady. He's good. He's good.
oh no, yeah, that's fair. I didn't mean to disrespect him,
Yeah.
but yeah. And then the goalies are I had to think about this too. Like, you don't see too many like early 20-year-old goaltenders in the NHL nowadays. And I don't know if that's like a goalie pipeline problem in general or something like that, but you just don't see that.
Carter Hart was the last one. And now he is he who shall not be named. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. But
Shesterkin
that's-
maybe too. Shesterkin was really young. Because I think he's only 20-something now.
wow, I didn't think about that.
Shesterkin's
but yeah.
28.
Now, jeez,
And his
But-
first...
he's been around. He's been around for a bit. Yeah. Okay.
So his first NHL season was 4 years ago. He only played 12 games, and he came up late because Hank got hurt, and he stole the job not just from Hank, but then from his name was Gorgiev, who's now Colorado's goalie.
Okay.
Okay, so he's only had 3 full NHL seasons as the starter.
Okay. That's fascinating. Yeah. You don't see too many young guys like doing that from the start. Like, remember when Spencer Knight was supposed to be like the next it guy for goalies and stuff?
Okay,
And
now,
he's been kind of flat.
hang on.
What?
You hit a nerve.
I'm sorry.
You hit a nerve.
He's been struggling in Florida. I'm sorry. I have to point it
He's
out.
struggling in Florida not because of his game, but because of his off-ice problems that have
That's also
affected
fair.
his game.
I completely forgot that he's in those situations. My apologies. And I know he and I know.
And he's only 22.
That's also crazy too to think about.
Shut the fuck up, Greg.
All right, I will. Jesus Christ.
I think another good one, Bobrovsky.
Hear me out too. Like, Bob had to Bob left Philly to come to Columbus, and then just like completely like switch gears in Columbus. That got him that big money deal in Florida because of it. So like
he's-
go and remember how I talked about too, like how I hate retreads. Like, the NHL is kind of like almost ripe with them, especially with coaching and stuff. I didn't realize it's also just as bad with regards to goalies when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely that bad with goalies. Hang on a second. I want to get his ages. So his rookie year, he's 22 in Philly.
Which, if I remember correctly too, he was the backup for Ilya Samsonov, I think.
He was definitely not the backup. He played 54 games. He won the Calder.
I thought he was the backup for
His
the
save
for the guy
percentage
that,
was .915. Get the fuck. He's so good. I fucking
But I
think
thought-
he's the shit.
I swear, I thought Bob was the backup for the goalie that they traded for from Arizona and gave him that huge contract.
That wasn't
because-
Samsonov. That was Brizgalov. And you're right.
Ilya Brizgalov.
He took
okay.
Brizgalov's job.
Yeah, I remember
Yep.
because they gave Brizgalov a huge deal because goaltending was a problem for them for the longest time,
Still
if I
is.
remember correctly. Oh
Um,
yeah, but yeah,
But this is the most Flyers thing ever. They bounce a future Hall of Famer because his next year he's hurt, only plays 29 games, still has a save percentage of 899, which somebody would kill a man for in today's NHL.
yeah, that's true.
And then his first year in Columbus, he wins the fucking Hart, or he finishes fifth in the Hart. He wins a Vezina, and he's the first All Star in net. The next year he wins the Vezina again.
Yeah,
And really, then he puts up. Oh, he won 3 Vezinas.
yeah, because he
No, he won
his
2.
next one.
He finished 8th in Vezina voting the year after he won his first one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then he won another one in 2017. But his career, his 7-year career stats. He's a 921 save percentage goalie. Oh, that
That's
was
incredible.
in Columbus. I'm sorry. In his 7 years in Columbus, he was a 921 goalie. Oh, Deke's here.
He had 7 years in Columbus. I did not realize that. I feel like it was there for way shorter than that.
Nah.
Who,
Hey,
Pete?
Pete and Repeat, you know them?
No, Peter.
You don't know Peter?
He was at Thoughts on the Bench for way shorter than that.
We're talking about Sergei Bobrovsky.
That's a stupid fucking name. What's up?
Hey,
That's
Hey,
too
buddy.
too many vowels for a normal person's name.
no, you
Yeah.
like Bobrovsky.
Well, it is an NHL goalie, so that's kind of why he's not normal.
What you
Very
eat?
good point. I make these little non-bread pizzas.
Nice.
So basically,
naan
I can't
is-
even get on the thing I need to get on anymore because Facebook shut down. So, I'll try again in an hour. What I miss?
Just a lot of hockey talkie.
That sounds like a terrible time.
He also made me watch the Fallout Boy music video live on air, and that sucked too. So
He made
And of
you
course
watch it,
he
or you
hated
got
it.
to watch it.
no, gun to my head, he made me do it. I didn't want to do it.
I did not put a gun to your head. I just said I thought he would enjoy it because he hates Fall Out Boy now, and I thought Jimmy Butler in a purple rhinestone cowboy outfit would at least get him at least interested again, and he hated it.
You just hate Fall Out Boy because they're popular?
I hate the new brand of music they make, and I have not liked their music since like their 3rd album. So
Don't they only have one album?
Oh,
Yeah,
are you
you're right. I'm an idiot. How could I be so dumb? I'm so
Sugar,
sorry.
we're going down.
I'll
This
just hang up my headphones now.
I probably would. Thank God I can.
I'll just hang
Yeah,
up my
fuck it,
headphones
yeah.
and listen. Thanks for taking my call.
Is he related to Victor Crumb?
Oh, you know what? So I'm rewatching the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, nice.
I don't
Okay.
think we should ever again do a fantasy athlete draft and not take Victor Crumb 1-1. Not only does he lead Bulgaria to the World Cup finals as a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
he wheels Hermione Granger, aka Emma Watson.
Mhm.
I don't need any more fucking like
Broom
the
bunny,
stat
man.
sheet doesn't need to be deeper.
Just a good old
Did it-
broom bunny.
Serious question: did Bulgaria actually win? Because I don't remember them
Ireland
actually.
wins. Ireland wins. And Ron's
Ireland
really
actually won.
upset.
In the defense
Okay.
of the Bulgarians, though, he had a test the next day.
he was
That's
out
true.
too late on a school night. They had to end it early.
I would like
Trying
to
to
read
win
you.
a goddamn World Cup. Yeah.
So, Greg, did you ask Greg that question, by the way, Josh?
No, because I don't think he knows either of those things.
Greg,
Yes.
do you know who Dumbledore is?
Yes.
Do you know the Goblet of Fire?
Yes.
Do you know who Mad Eye Moody is?
Yeah. The Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher
Yeah.
in the 4th book. Yeah.
Now, you know how it
You
wasn't
sure about
him,
that?
and it was a different
Yes,
guy.
I know it wasn't
Okay,
actually
alright.
him, but like,
Okay.
in the,
Alright,
yes, I know.
Hold that
yes.
into bucket A.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
In bucket B, do you know who Yoda is?
Yes.
Do you know who Emperor Palpatine is?
Yes.
Do you know how Emperor Palpatine was in charge of the government in the prequels and nobody from the Jedi Council knew he was the Sith Lord?
That is accurate. If I remember, I barely remember the prequels, but yes, I do remember specifically that he
What is
turned
he-
out to be the guy.
What's the bigger misstep? That Yoda and the Jedi Council didn't know that the biggest bad guy was like playing governor, or that Dumbledore let a polyjuice potion just allow some random guy who was, I think, escaped Azkaban, or at least went to Azkaban.
He was a Death Eater.
Yeah, he was a Death
He
Eater.
was a Death Eater.
He was
Yeah.
basically in the KKK.
Okay. Yeah.
And a potion. I'm not going to sway you.
Which was the more egregious offense?
Ooh. I'm leaning towards the Jedi Council not
Okay.
knowing Palpatine because because essentially Palpatine overthrew the government and created his own
But-
dictatorship.
So yes, but it's not which one was a better plot.
Okay.
Who's that bigger dumbass for letting it happen? Dumbledore or Yoda?
Mm.
Like, it's not about that plot was better. Like, it definitely, I would say, is better. He didn't get caught, and he's
Who's a bigger dumbass? Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, okay, in that case then, Dumbledore, because Dumbledore was like close to him the entire time. And at least Yoda was stretched thin, by the way, with the Clone Wars still going on, because he was probably distracted and shit. So I would say Dumbledore's the bigger dumbass in this sense then. Yes.
an answer that no one has given yet that is well thought out and correct.
That is what
Might I-
Derek has given.
Might I read some DMs?
Oh, I
Okay,
have
go
some
ahead.
too. Good.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
this.
Wrong. Justin Boyd. Me.
Oh.
How? Why? He said, because bitch ass Yoda let that shit happen for years. I said, Palpatine is the strongest force in that entire world. Barty Crowd is not. He said, wrong. Vader was. He killed him. I said, okay, cool. Come back to me when the force, or did Vader come back using the force, showcasing the largest dark side user was a reincarnation? Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, cool. I'm not counting those garbage ass sequels, so fuck off. Dumbest take ever. Derek. Oh, cool. So this is a traditional. I'm Justin Boyd, so I'm right in a vacuum. Got it. Justin Boyd. No, you're just dumb. I do agree. Dumby not realizing was wild. However, I think Yoda's a bigger putz. End. Next DM I received. I'm not going to say who this is, and you can just tell me. It's Def Palpatine. Polyjuice potion for Mad Eye isn't as crazy as a misstep as you'd think. The only wizard who can legitimately be felt is Voldy. The Force is literally feelings. To not suspect the person at the top of the Republic is a much larger misstep. So you, that was the person, this is Derek. So you believe that allowing a simple potion second years making the bathroom for fun to get past the single greatest wizard ever is more allowable than the greatest Force user ever to disguise himself in a way no one else can. Person, correct. Wizards are deceived all the time. The potion gives camouflage with the Force.
Time out.
Please.
I'm assuming there's going to be a Cleveland Browns joke coming.
No,
Oh, okay.
but it's somebody that
Okay.
you know. Me. It's fine that a literal serial killer who escaped from Azkaban and wants to bring the Dark Lord back was in Hogwarts a whole semester.
Yeah.
Wild take. Person. The Dark Lord was always back, just wasn't at full form. He was living in Quirrell's body because of the Horcruxes. Me. He wasn't back to the end of the goblet. Read a fucking book. Him. No, he was whole. Me. What the fuck do you think happened in that courtyard? Because I'm pretty positive the back of a dude's head and a spirit in a book aren't whole. Person. Well, the professor was a host and the diary was a Horcrux. The courtyard was a spell to make the man whole again. This person, and I'll let you guys take guesses,
Shot themselves
not,
in the foot.
not
right
only
there.
said that the Dark Lord was already whole,
Yeah.
but then in the courtyard did a spell to become whole. And I said, yeah, so he wasn't whole before is my point. Person, and Palpatine was always whole, yet he knew of his evil. Me, are you just going to ignore the whole he isn't whole convo? Because this isn't about Voldemort at all. Person, I'm addressing it. He was not whole, but became whole. I addressed that. Me, I hate you. Person, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping.
Oh, it's Dre. Now, I do think there's something interesting there. The argument started with that Dumbledore was fooled by a polyjuice potion, but really Dumbledore was like slacking the whole time. Voldemort's riding around in the
Yep.
back of a dude's head for an
Yep.
entire year. Then his
Yeah.
pet is on the loose,
Yep.
whipping it around, killing people inside of Hogwarts, and then the Polyjuice potion. When the Ministry of Magic were like, Dolores Umbridge is a better headmaster, there were at least no Death Eaters actively whipping it around in Hogwarts while she was the headmaster.
Well, there was
that's not
child
true.
abuse, which is kind of like a little, was
How
maybe
is
not
that
the
not true?
best.
Because that was what year was she there? That
That's
was
Order of the
fifth
Phoenix.
year.
That's the fifth one.
okay. Sorry, I thought it was Half Blood.
No,
That
no, no.
was
Yeah.
Snape.
So,
So,
like, Dolores
question.
Umbridge, better headmaster than Dumbledore. Let's just. Who says no?
But didn't
Oh
no,
my
she
God.
brought in
You're gonna
she
get
brought in
so
those
much
guys who
hate
were
for
Death
that,
Eaters
Josh.
for torturing. She tortured the kids during. She brought in a Death Eater for torturing.
No, 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 no. Death Eater
She
are
did.
Voldemort followers. You might be thinking of a Dementor.
No, she was doing the Cruciatus. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
she was using the Cruciatus curse to get people to
I
tell
thought
her
she
shit.
brought in those guys.
No, 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 no. She was doing it. And she handled shit with her own hands. Dumbledore didn't handle nothing with his own
Yeah.
hands.
The larger thing about this whole is that the only argument you can make is that Dumbledore is so smart that he let it happen on purpose.
That ain't
Because
true.
but that's he knew Harry was a lamb for slaughter. He knew like everything. I mean, he was, Greg. He had to kill Harry was a Horcrux.
Yeah.
And he had to let Harry die.
And
in order for
Dumbledore knew that
Voldemort
the
to
whole
die.
time. Yeah.
So you're saying like Dumbledore wasn't like necessarily like bad at it. He was just playing the long game.
Can you imagine? He's like nonchalantly interviewing new professors for Defense Against the Dark Arts, and this fucking stammering dude who's trying to pretend that there's not a guy on the back of his head is
That
is
is
like
such a
interviewing,
great-
and he's like, "You're perfect." Knowing that Harry Potter's coming to school that year, he's like, "There's no way this fucking freshman is going to be able to handle even this dumbass, right?"
Good.
And
That
then
is such a good
Harry
like
just
SNL
dunks
skit.
his nuts in that guy's coffee.
Oh my God.
On the Star Wars side, though, it's literally the strongest person
Ever.
in the universe
Mhm.
We're talking
Because
Michael
he's-
Jordan.
because he's a reincarnation of himself, Greg.
Right.
Like every strongest person has always been inside the same thing. And he is so like it's stupid to think that Polyjuice Potion and the level of the dark side of the Force are
It's
one and the same.
They're not the same thing. No. And again, and again, like literally, the Clone Wars are going on, and Yoda's also dealing with everything in regards to the Jedi Council. So
And he had
I
a
can
feeling.
totally believe. And he had a feeling, and he
Yeah,
also
so,
sensed.
Dre.
He also sensed it. He sensed something in Anakin too, but like.
Mhm.
I'm also of the belief too that Yoda was probably stretched very thin at that time. So I
Hot take.
totally.
Go ahead.
Qui-Gon Jinn stays alive. Darth Vader's never born.
So,
Qui-Gon Jinn was the perfect balance.
Jeremiah says that Yoda is the bigger at fault because the body count result is higher, which
That's
I think
a stupid
needs-
answer.
Hang on. There's more here. Second is the Qui-Gon Jinn thing. That Yoda essentially gets Qui-Gon Jinn killed because Qui-Gon Jinn comes back. He's like, "Hey, the Sith are back," and Yoda's like, "Fuck you, no way."
Well, it's because Qui-Gon Jinn accepted the dark side of the Force.
right.
But at the end of the day, the other flip of it comes down to if body count is really what we're doing here for like an egregious.
No, this is all part of his list. Not only does he gets Qui-Gon killed after Qui-Gon comes back, then his own apprentice becomes a Sith Lord. Right? Count Dooku.
Mhm.
And then and then very similar to Dumbledore, Yoda finds out that he has to let Anakin make the decision because he finds that out from a Jedi Temple prophecy.
Agreed. The difference, though, Greg has brought it up multiple times. Dumbledore is getting paid a salary to lead Hogwarts into the 15th century,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. The Bulls are playing in Chicago, and he's literally getting paid a salary
Paid a salary.
to protect all of
Yep.
kind of Europe, like kids.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
And he let
Not all of it. England's kids.
well, there's the Bulgarians, there's the
No,
French.
they
Yeah.
come from other schools.
No, I know. I'm saying like there's not that many schools.
Yeah, true. At least that we
But
know.
you're
of.
right. Yes. Well, the flip of it all is like Yoda had a lot of shit going on, and there was a whole council of people. So is Mace Windu free? Is the dude that looks like a ball sack? Is it not his fault too? Like, are we just gonna sit here and say it's a 1-to-1 because their positions are not
I
the
can't
same?
believe you just called
Also-
Master Platoon a dude who looks like a ball sack.
He
That is a
does.
Also,
fucking
hang on,
weapon, sir.
Hang on. Body
Stretch.
count is also not necessarily the best of arguments because Palpatine just wanted to create his own dictatorship and rule the galaxy with an iron fist. Voldemort wanted to essentially murder everyone, every
A
Muggle on the
child.
planet, or any like mudblood like type relationship ever. He wanted a pure blood like dominance over
are you
the
saying-
entire planet.
Are you saying because Voldemort didn't succeed that makes Yoda's
We
more
are saying
egregious?
that Jeremiah is a Hitler sympathizer.
Well,
Which was essentially
there's
Palpatine.
a reason we're not allowed in Germany. I don't.
Yeah. You bet your else ass. It's a dumb take to think
My
otherwise.
last
Body
name might
count
as well
doesn't
be
matter.
fucking Malfoy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really what.
Ooh.
It's a dumb
Means a
dumb
lot
thing to
now.
and also I don't understand the level of intricacy that goes into these. To say Palpatine's Dark Force cover is equivalent to a second year Polyjuice potion
Right,
that he consistently has to take that he runs out of despite having a
It is
school.
stealing from Snape, like
Uh-huh.
actively stealing from Snape.
That's
Mhm.
this is where we're at.
Yeah.
Palpatine uses the Force to hide himself, runs a shadow government, literally flips the entire galaxy in his favor.
Mhm.
Another guy snuck into a school using a potion to pretend to be someone he isn't. And we're sitting here going, yeah, those yep.
Which,
Those
by
are
the
the
way,
same.
has also been billed as the safest building
Literally.
in all of Europe and all of wizarding community as well.
Like it's stupid when you really sit down and think about it.
I just really like that somehow we have found a new Superman or Goku conversation.
I
10
don't
years
think we
later, Derek,
have.
You
This
and I
isn't
have
even
found
good.
a new. I think it's kind of fun. There's
a
a lot
great
of
question.
people that are
Mhm.
like weighing in on this. I don't
How
think there's a lot
did
of
this
people
come
that
up
are
just out of
right.
curiosity?
What?
How did this come up just out of curiosity? It's a great conversation.
I was
but how
watching
did
the
this come
the
up?
Harry Potter movies, and I'm like, how the fuck does Dumbledore not
Yep.
know that that's not Mad Eye Moody? He fought in a war alongside Mad Eye Moody. Mad Eye Moody
He
was
did,
a
that's
general
fair.
for Dumbledore in the army.
Here's a better question. How do you get his voice?
I don't know. That's another great question.
Yeah, because Polyjuice Potion doesn't mask your voice.
Right.
That's fair. That's interesting on that one.
A lot of inconsistencies.
Unless unless
Also,
Mad Eye
like-
Moody just always had like an easy like gruff voice to mask, I'm assuming.
And
So
he when was the last time he saw Mad Eye Moody? Like I feel like Mad Eye
Well, he
Moody
had him in the
wasn't like
chest.
hiding or anything.
He had him in the chest.
Wait. Oh.
Crowdy had him in the chest.
No, I know he had. I'm asking, when was the last time Dumbledore saw Mad Eye Moody?
4
Like,
years during the interview process.
Did
I
yeah?
guess.
Did he think like Mad Eye Moody had developed such a bad drinking problem in that point in time that he had a flask with him all the time?
It's a stupid thing to think the other way is like
I know,
more
but it's
egregious.
so much fun.
It's a great question. In a
It is.
vacuum, sure. And
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, man. It's
It was a lot of
Boyd
fun.
and it's just simple thinking
Yeah.
in my brain.
Would you like another really good question?
Sure.
I'm all for it. Yeah.
All right, so let's take last year's Georgia team or your LSU championship team. Really, any dominant team. Do you think they could beat the XFL champions? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. The 0-16 Cleveland Browns
Yeah.
would run train on the XFL.
Yeah, that was a fun argument. I remember. I think like ESPN always puts stuff out like that, especially when it was
Yeah.
like the 0-16 like lines and stuff like that. In the grand
Yes.
scheme of things, it's late 20s and early 30-year-old like men playing against boys.
So
you
you're going
think
XFL.
You're going XFL.
I'm going XFL too, yeah, because like I think that age gap matters for something. That's like the equivalent of a Pee Wee team playing against
May I?
a college team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
May I,
'cause
Greg?
I think
So on that LSU team, 13 NFL players, maybe.
not just
you know
13
what I mean?
offense-
NFL
that
players,
offense was
13
incredible,
fucking
yeah.
Pro Bowlers.
Like
offense was
when you
incredible. They
really,
did
I
that,
understand what you're saying. So if we're going NFL, where it's 53 men times 32 or whatever, and that's the elite of the elite, and they're grown men. I'm
Right.
not discrediting people in the XFL. They are physically fit and they are very good. They are not good
Yep.
enough to get to that next level in LSU or Georgia. Like Jordan Davis is better than any player in the XFL. N'Kobe
That's
Dean,
fair.
a
I'll give you
backup
that.
middle linebacker, better than anyone. Keely Ringo, better than anyone. Stetson Bennett, dude would start in the XFL, no questions
Oh, for sure,
asked.
for sure, yeah.
I think that I understand your gap, and if it was an NFL team, I'm all with you. The
Mhm.
XFL, though, is where I'm comfortable with saying, nope,
Quentin
college is better.
Flowers was a starter in the XFL. He's not even good for practice squad.
And he played
NFL.
it kind of, and this is not to be disrespectful, he played at a bumfuck college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I just
Aaron
I think
Murray.
the age gap still matters, and I still
Landry
also say
Jones,
that like
Greg. St.
yeah.
Louis Battlehawks.
Mm.
Felipe
I
Frank.
just
How's
Felipe
JP
Frank.
Daniels doing?
Great.
Not great.
No. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think the age gap matters, and then I just think also because a lot of those guys in the XFL have like at least some sort of pro experience with them. I think that matters
Failing.
to a degree. I think it does, yeah.
I don't think that matters with the way college athletics are now. They're run just like a pro fucking team. Especially those teams like Georgia, LSU. I'd take Kirby Smart over whatever asshole is coaching the Battlehawks.
Oh, I'll give you that one. Yeah, sure. In terms
Kirby
of
Smart
coach,
with a week to game plan? Fucking come on.
I think this beer went bad.
Uh-oh.
I mean there is something about like I think there is a big learning curve between pro and college coaches, sure, but like if we're talking X's and O's, sure, I'll give you Kirby Smart on that one.
Nick
Absolutely.
Saban versus whatever Jamoke is coaching in the XFL. Nick Saban.
I can give you that one. My problem is that Nick Saban also didn't do well in the pros. So
But
there's
he's
like
not. He's
there's
playing an XFL team. This isn't the Let's be serious.
I know they're getting paid though, so there's there's a motivation factor in it that I'm just
So
saying
are the
here.
fucking college kids now. So you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like a team that is playing in a professional league that is getting paid to play, and yes, I get paid to play is now not a thing to worry about in college. I just find it hard to believe that they're going to win in that case. Because I mean, come on, like we're gonna say that like the XFL champion and an 0-16 NFL team, I think is like the closest matchup possible. So
I don't think so.
if a college team is going to lose to an 0-16 NFL team, why wouldn't they lose to the XFL champ?
Okay, that was not fun. That wasn't a fun debate at all.
What do you mean that wasn't? I think it was good. It had good logic. to
Greg's
it.
just wrong today.
Yep.
No, I'm not.
I got
It's a
scotch.
fair reason.
Hey, you want to play a game?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what game we're gonna play.
While you look at that, Greg, through 28. No, we did that one. Oh, Greg, through 2018, 6 pitchers in Pirates history have hit a grand slam.
Oh, 6 Pirates pitchers have hit a grand
Wow.
slam.
I know none of them.
Well, yeah, because
I don't even know that many. There's like only a handful of pitchers I remember that even hit a home run to begin with.
Start there.
I remember Jeff
Go,
Suppan
running
hit
back.
one.
Who?
Jeff
Nope.
Suppan?
No
Okay.
Jeffs. There's 3 names that start with a D.
Start with a D. Wow. What, Doug Drabeck?
Nope.
Oh
Damn.
Two of those D names go DE.
DE.
Who won, Josh?
Co-pilots on a road trip.
Nice.
Oh man. DE. Jesus. I'm drawing a blank on that
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
Bruce Kaizen. Al McBean.
Nope.
Denny Neagle. Deacon
Good,
Felipe. Don Robinson.
Nope.
Enrique Romo.
No, I don't know.
Tony
any of those
Romo
names.
hit a
Henny
grand
Ram.
slam.
Yeah. Here, Josh,
Yeah,
quick
I think
hitter.
it's his
Okay.
brother.
Through 2018, Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, and 7 others have racked up 500 points as a member of the Penguins.
Okay, 5 others. Mario Lemieux.
7 others.
Oh, 7 others. Okay, so
Yeah.
Yager.
Yes. Lemieux and Sid are given.
Right. Okay. Malkin.
Yes.
Letang.
No.
Ooh. I wonder
he's
if that
hurt.
just changed. Okay.
Not really.
500
This is through 2018.
points,
So
right? 500 points.
500 points.
Okay. Kevin Stevens,
Yes.
Joey Mullen.
No.
Ooh. I would have guessed that one.
500
not.
points
I don't know who it
as a
is.
Penguin.
As a member of the Penguins. I know none of these names.
Oh, well that actually that helps. Paul Coffey.
Nope.
Oh, I would.
Great guess. I know that name. That's offensive to me.
I'm sorry. Do you know who Ron Francis is?
I don't, and he is a name.
He's on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have remembered that.
You got 3 more. This guy's name looks fake. That guy's name looks like an 80s singer. That guy's name is something Greg says when he cheers, kind of.
Oh. Mark Recchi. I know you
I
know who
know.
Mark Recchi is, but
No. Which name did you think was an 80s singer?
that
Mark
was just a
Recchi?
guess that I had off the top.
Okay.
All right, you ready for the 80s singer? I know this
Yeah.
one's not true. This is just to make Greg pop. Jimmy Peck.
No.
It's a good 80s singer name, though.
That is a great 80s singer name. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Especially the way that it's spelled too.
Sil Apps is the name that looks fake.
Oh, but he's an Islander. He's not a Penguin. Okay.
Got 500 points as a member.
Yeah.
Gene Provenost is the word that sounds like when Greg cheers.
Oh,
Provenance?
Jean Provenos. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
John. And then the last one is Rick Kehoe.
Kehoe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rick
I've heard
Kehoe.
that
Rick
name in a
Kehoe?
long time.
But
Yeah.
not Joey Mullen?
Or Mark Recchi.
I guess they were on other teams when they hit that mark. That's
How
why
are
I thought
we-
I almost said John
Uh,
LeClaire too, because I know he scored 1,000, or he maybe hit 1,000 points when he was a Penguin. I don't know, maybe he did something 500.
How do we want to differentiate? Is it any co-pilot ever?
Well, that's what we need to discuss. What do you?
That's
wanna
why I
do?
asked the question.
We could do fictional. We could do celebrity. We could do athlete. We could do ever. And you get the first pick. So
Mm.
Greg gets the
Mm.
second pick. How about I just spin the wheel and we'll find out?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because we have to. I think we have
Let's
to narrow
throw
it
in a
down
bunch
little
of
bit.
categories.
fictional.
Yep.
Athlete, celebrity.
Brand mascots.
Yes.
Oh God.
Let's do fictional live action and fictional anime,
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
or animated rather.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TFTB members.
Okay.
Oh God.
We are on the board. We cannot pick
Okay,
ourselves,
yeah,
but
that's
we are
fair.
on the board.
That's fair. Yeah.
XFL members, since Greg wants to suck them all off.
I
That's
could.
good.
I could not
That's a
name
good.
5.
That's a good. Spin.
No, I like that a lot.
That's a good.
I could
spin
not name
with.
5.
Let's give this one a spin. We'll see. Oh, brand mascots.
Did it win?
Yeah.
Nice.
There you
Wow.
go. All
Okay.
right. It goes Deke, Greg, Josh, and then we'll just go back to the top.
Hmm.
Brand mascots. Wow.
All right. Band mascots. I pick this one and it's a little toughy.
I kind of hate this.
Pick something else.
Okay, I'll just spin it again.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I was
Okay.
really close to tackling the Michelin Man just so he wouldn't get a flat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, that's a great one.
This is the
I'd
one we
rather us-
probably all actually wanted, fictional animated.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
I get to go
That's a good
first.
one.
sure.
Lightning McQueen.
Oh,
Put me
it
Is
says
inside.
co-pilot?
co-pilot
Okay.
though.
That's fine. He'll drive next to me.
Lightning McQueen. That
Wow.
feels like a good pick. I accidentally just gave it to
I want to
Greg.
be inside him.
Wow.
I
Kid
wanna
show.
Be, make it a quote board. I want to be inside Lightning McQueen.
Yep.
Oh God.
There was a question similar to yours, Josh. I saw on TikTok. That was when they're going through the airport in cars, there is a TSA, which leaves the audience to assume there was a 9/11 because that's when TSA started in America.
Oh my god.
Which makes you think, is it a bunch of planes that just went rogue, or were it cars inside of a plane that made the plane crash? Because planes are a
Just went
thing.
down a rabbit
per the movie
way
Plane.
deep of a rabbit hole on that one.
Yep.
Holy crap. Ooh.
I'd like to think that it's a bunch of like Humvees.
In the plane.
In
though,
the
not
plane.
planes themselves.
Yeah, yeah. I think so.
That's where I was at.
Okay. Greg.
Give me the genie from Aladdin.
Annoying, but great to have.
Hilarious, and anything I could possibly need. Magic.
Well, yeah.
Well, you
But
only get
get
3.
wishes, but yeah.
Well, no, because he's free, so therefore, like, he can do whatever he wants.
Well, you didn't say when he was free.
It's the end of the movie. It's free.
There is a second Aladdin. I don't know how that all plays out, but
Actually, a third too, which is pretty funny.
animated. I need a guy that is going to be good on the tunes, or a girl that's going to be good on the tunes.
Crazy
Mhm.
save. I was about to call you out.
Yeah. Oh, Reggie from Rocket Power. Here I go taking kids again, huh?
Just traveling the country with a young girl.
God, man.
Just traveling the country with a young, pubescent girl.
Hey.
Not even Auto or
Each-
Twister.
Stage his own, yeah.
Nope, not. I don't know. Nope.
Yeah.
Not in this case. And now if I fill my car with grown people, that's even weirder. But if I continue to fill it with children, that's just
But that
as
was going to
weird.
be my question. Are we all on a road trip, or are we picking individual co-pilots?
This is individual.
I think individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Josh, you just continually
You did something.
do something.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Never mind. Okay, Derek, you're up.
I'm up again. Hmm. I think there would be a lot of stops,
But
but I know what he will bring. I will take Shaggy. Shaggy.
I was thinking that realm as well, but I wasn't sure if he was.
I'm a big snack
didn't-
guy. I think we'll get along.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't think that that's what you were referring to that he was bringing along.
Nope, that's why I brought the snacks.
Oh. That's good. That's good. Oh, fuck. All right.
I don't know. I don't know if this will be a strong pick, but I just think it'd be. But again, I just think it'd be entertaining. Give me Bender.
Bender,
Yeah,
road sodas it is.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drink and drive, might as well.
yeah. I think Bender would be a lot of fun on a road trip, and he'd be a loyal companion to a degree. And if the car ever runs into situations, I could always just bum him for spare parts. Technically,
He'd try to fuck your car.
yeah.
He would.
He's
He
already
would not
been a-
try.
he's already
He would.
been a car.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is no
he would.
dual.
He's already
try.
been. He's been a car technically, so he knows what it feels like.
I'm taking. Kakashi Sensei from Naruto. Hear me out. I think when he's not teaching, he was a pretty rad fucking dude to hang out with.
You know what, Josh? I never watched Naruto, so I don't have a frame
Nope.
of reference.
Nerd.
Yep. Derek, you're up.
He's a bit big, but I feel like we'll vibe together. Give me Sully.
That's a.
James.
I don't know
P.
what kind of
Sullivan.
car you're driving, but if you get him in it, that's a hell
Yep.
of a road trip.
Yep. Well, in my defense, they never gave quite a big, like a proportion of how big Mike is, but with the baby, he's not huge.
Yeah, he's
I
He's
think
big.
big, but he's not like.
Well, let's see how tall he is.
I feel like
probably
if you were
The
driving
tail
like a
is
truck,
the issue. Okay, he's 7'6".
There you go.
So that's bigger than all humans combined. I think that we'll get an SUV, knock out the back seat or knock out the front seat and let him sit.
have the passenger seat just way back for him to kind of like lean in and stuff. Yeah, I
Yep.
think it'd work. Yeah, why
I
not?
think it'd be dope.
Okay. I just game planned my next picks. I feel like I might save this a little bit. All right, you're up, Greg.
This is also unconventional, but I just think he'd be a lot of fun and entertaining to have as on my passenger side. Give me Iroh.
That's a
From
great pick. That's a great
Yeah.
pick.
from
From
Last
Avatar:
Airbender.
The Last Airbender. He's hilarious. He'd always
He's
have
sick.
good tea whenever he wants to. And
stories.
if I ever gotten into trouble, Master Firebender, motherfucker. I'm good.
All right. I've seen this movie. I know how it turns out. Give me Goofy as my co-pilot.
Okay.
Very goofy movie. They had a great time
I'm
in the
pro-
end.
I'm proud of you that you finally saw a very goofy movie and now you're picking it too.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I've come a long way. I know basketball and I've seen a goofy movie.
And you recognize the elite that is Powerline. So,
Still
Powerline
blaming
is great.
Children
Mhm.
for everything. Fucking shit. All right. Derek.
Well, he's not a child.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of somebody with some benefits, because I have a guy, but he'd be really freaking.
I mean, like name
annoying.
Queen's benefits. He's driving.
No, I know that's where I'm at. Like, I like guys that have a little something now. Give me. Does it have to be like only animated? As any animation count?
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
Okay. I think I'm close to taking a kid too. I'm really nervous. Nah. Give me. I'm acting like I've never seen an animated show. He's super annoying. Fuck it. Talk about wishes, Greg. I'm gonna regret it. Give me Cosmo.
No, listen, he's annoying, but god damn it, he's funny as hell. So
What
it's
if-
it's worth it.
What if, but like, okay, so there's Cosmo when he's around Wanda and Timmy, but then there's also Boys Trip Cosmo.
I think he'd be cool.
I think Boys
Yeah.
Trip Cosmo's probably a little bit more unwound. Like, you know, he's
He
not
could, yeah.
not as wound up.
Yeah,
he's probably
but
a little
then-
more laid back.
Yeah, but Magic by himself is also a little tricky for him. You know.
He just
He could
did.
also
We're just the
be-
boys.
He could be the car if I don't want to drive.
Yeah, that too.
That's very true. I'll give you that.
Greg, you're up.
Mm. Okay. Mm. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Give me Bugs Bunny.
Nice. That's a
On
good
my
one.
Yeah.
board.
So,
On my board.
solid top pick and all that. I will never have problems come across because Bugs will find a way to get me out of it in some way. So I think I'm solid.
Just stay out of
He
New
strikes me as
Mexico.
a fun companion. Yeah, stay out of Mexico. That's true. He strikes me as a fun companion to have on a road trip.
You know, she's a babe, but she also knows how to do karate and is a downright awesome chick. Give me Fiona from Shrek.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Donkey was on my board with the logistics.
Yeah. You have a trailer.
Yeah.
It's really
It
not a
wouldn't be fun.
co-pilot at that
Nah.
situation.
What's
Yeah.
the
Puss in
point
Boots
at
I'm
that point?
allergic to, so I wouldn't have even thought of
There
him.
you go.
So yeah.
What are the logistics?
I'm allergic to Puss in Boots.
Oh shit. All right, Deke.
A lot of fun facts. A lot of important stops. A lot of knowledge coming out of Nigel Thornberry.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
Okay.
knowledge. I'll learn a lot about America.
That's good. I like that. I like Nigel Thornberry as your last pick. Greg, last pick.
Mm. Ugh. I don't think this will be a good one, but for some reason this is just sticking in my head because it was on a few days ago when I was at a buddy's place. So give me Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know why. It's stuck in my head for some
It
reason.
feels like
but,
you're not
I-
getting to wherever you're going.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I've never
He's-
seen it, so I can't hate on it. But man,
Well, it's a great movie.
You've
but,
never seen
like,
Wreck-It Ralph?
nah. I
great
know I
movie.
need to.
Yeah.
Outside of the game, he's just a lovable kind oaf with big ass hands that can throw whenever he needs to. You know.
I with the exception of the underage teenage girl that I picked.
Very underage. I don't even think she's a teenager.
Yeah, she's older. She's 13.
Okay.
Doesn't make it better
No,
for some
I know.
reason.
Oh
I know.
God.
When I get to wherever we're going, I need a guy that's gonna crush banquets with me. Is want to get up and explore and find some good donuts in the morning with me. Give me Homer Simpson.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel like I really saved it after the first two Rocky picks.
You did. I will give you that. You had some strong ends on that one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now I want a road trip.
Right. Well, you're getting one.
Yeah, right.
Were there any that you guys like kind of thought of, but then in hindsight were like bad idea?
Peter
all around?
Griffin.
Johnny Bravo.
Yes. Yep.
Johnny Bravo. So
God.
fun story. That was pretty much my roommate when I worked for Penn State. Was Johnny Bravo, and we had a blast. So I don't
Yeah.
know that that's necessarily a bad pick.
My child
I
was
for the-
Dexter.
I for the longest time thought Johnny Bravo was blind when I first
Yep.
watched the show,
Yep.
and then I didn't realize that. Oh no, he's just wearing the glasses to be an asshole. So go
Oh,
figure.
mama. Do you want to do a couple of cards and then we'll get out of here?
Sure.
Cool.
Do it.
Through 2018, 9 Steelers have been named first team All Pro 4 or more times.
Since 2018.
Yep.
9
through.
Steelers.
Have been named a
Okay.
time All Pro 4 or more times.
So Ben.
Okay.
not correct.
You got to remember, bud. Like All Pro is like the.
Yeah, the
Next.
1-1.
Think about who Ben
2018?
played with.
Through
about the
2018.
Through
Think about the other
2018.
quarterbacks that Ben was playing with.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
like,
I
Ben
see
was-
what the problem is here. Got it.
Yeah,
Got
he
it.
played
got it,
with
got it.
Brady.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
the problem here.
Like,
Nine
best
Steelers
of
have been
the
named a
best.
first-team All-Pro 4 or more times.
Okay.
it. Okay.
So
You have
I'll
15
go.
total guesses. That is a miss.
All right. So I'll go Mean Joe Green.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably
Mel
run
Blount.
through a few of these. Yep.
Mel
Oh,
Blunt.
no, not Mel Blunt.
Ooh.
Really?
No,
Wow.
that's on me. I just assumed, but nope.
Okay.
There's somebody close, but
Okay. Rob Woodson.
yes.
Okay. Jack Lambert.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if Jack Ham would have been a four-time All-Pro, but
I don't
yeah,
think so.
Jack
I
Ham.
don't think he would have had the stats.
Jack Ham.
Yeah, Jack Ham.
Hit.
Oh shit, Greg.
Okay.
Keep
Okay.
cooking, Greg. Keep cooking.
Okay. Mike Webster.
Hit.
Okay.
Perpetually. You have
All
5 of
Pro.
9.
Okay. All-Pro 4 or more times.
You are missing. Wait, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You have 5 of 9. You're missing
Okay.
that guy, that guy, and okay. So you should. Josh will know 3 of these. The 4th one I've never heard of.
Fourth one you never heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greg, whatever you do, don't say Plexico Burris.
Josh has heard of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Plex.
Josh, you
trying to
can
think
help
of-
with 2 of these definitely.
Well, Troy is on top of my brain.
Yeah. Okay. Troy.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 6.
What about Cam?
Nah, Cam. We're talking since 2018. Cam didn't start getting all pros until kind of like
Till later. Okay.
yeah. So like, I don't think Cam would have been there. TJ definitely wouldn't have because he was drafted in 2017. James Harrison, maybe.
He was another one on my short list.
Yeah, let's try it. James Harrison.
Miss.
Ah,
I don't know that he
Oh.
got 4. You know what I mean?
Alan Faneca.
Oh, good
Hit.
one.
Yes, that is another one
Okay.
Josh should know.
Yep.
Okay.
There's 2 left.
What
One.
about Kiesel, Greg?
No, not all pro.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't believe I've never heard of this guy, Greg.
So
He is much older and played alongside a guy on this list. The other one, it is egregious. You have not guessed it yet.
egregious.
Played alongside a guy on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Alongside should be a really big hint. Meaning he is either defensive or offensive line.
okay.
That guy is not well known for the record.
Oh,
He is in the
okay.
Hall of Fame. I have not heard of him until today.
Oh, okay.
The other guy, this is a fucking tragedy.
We didn't say Lynn Swan, Greg.
Okay. Lynn Swan.
Miss.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
You have 2 more misses.
That makes me think that like I'm probably not gonna go. I feel like the other one's probably an offensive lineman that was like on the line with Webster, and I don't know the rest of that.
Okay, so go for the one that's egregious. Who haven't we named that are Steelers all time? Like, is Terry up there?
No, Terry had some like bad years to start. Like I don't think he would have been all pro.
What about Hines?
Hines probably wouldn't have been all pro either. Like we're
What
talking
about-
like
What about Bettis? What about Willie Parker?
no, Willie Parker definitely not. Bettis maybe. Yeah, Drew Bettis.
Miss.
We only have
Mm.
one more miss.
You have one more miss. I'll give you the other guy. His name is Dermonti Dawson. He played
Oh my
guard.
god!
I've never heard of him, Greg. Full
Oh, I'm
transparency.
so mad.
Come back to me.
Ah!
Come back.
That makes me mad.
Okay.
That makes me mad.
So, no Hines. What
Mhm.
about Ryan Clark?
No, he wouldn't have been all pro.
What about Joey Porter, Larry Foote, any of those guys? Probably not.
No,
Offensive.
no,
Offensive, Randall L.
no, he wouldn't have been.
Franco.
Okay, Franco.
Miss.
What?
Oh,
Have you guys ever heard of Antonio Brown?
I forgot he was like.
The best receiver in football for
Ever,
like 6
yeah.
years.
Yeah, completely forgot about that.
Egregious.
Dermonti Dawson one I'm pissed about. Fuck.
I don't
He
think
was
that's as
the-
egregious as Antonio Brown. We were
No,
not
'cause
alive
Dermont-
when that guy played football. We
Yeah.
were very much
Dermont-
alive when Antonio
You,
Brown.
we were
Dermonti Dawson-
rooting for him.
I know, but like in the terms of like the center conversations, Dawson was like the guy between Webster and Pouncey, essentially.
Okay, I like this question a lot. I think this one will get Josh's juices flowing a little bit, maybe. Your family would be excited for this one. I feel like, Josh. I feel like your women lineage and your family have yelled at all of these men. From 2000 to 2018, 6 men served as offensive coordinator for the Steelers. You have 10 guesses.
Oh God.
Bruce Arians is one.
Yes.
What was the year through what?
2000 to 2018. It stops at 2018.
I think that's kind of
Okay,
when
so-
Todd Haley enters the picture, so that's not Todd Haley.
I know all of these names. Is how it works.
Yeah.
Like, would
Okay.
I be able to recite them? Probably not. But looking at them, like, yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so Bruce Arians is one. I know Ken Wisenhunt.
Yup,
Hit.
Yeah.
for sure. There's another really big one off the top of my head that is not coming where I don't want to. It's not hitting here. That would have been like Cower era.
Well, yeah, he would have been before Wisenhunt because like Wisenhunt, I think was in line for the. Wisenhunt got like the Cardinals job, I think, after
Right.
Cower's Super Bowl. So it was like somewhere before that, like 2000, 2001, maybe. God, why am I struggling with this too?
Who
Like,
would have
the
been?
OC
Who would have been AB's coordinator? Was that always?
Todd Haley was his OC for a while, but I don't. Arians was his OC.
Who was before Arians? Who's in between Wisenhunt and Arians?
I do not remember, honestly.
I'll give you a hint. You named a guy that you should revisit.
Todd Haley?
Yes. Hit.
Okay.
It must have been 2018 or 2017
Yeah.
he became.
One, I just know the name. The other one is a really funny name to make fun of, and there's a guy that he was supposed to come back with a recent hire. Or not him, sorry. The name sounds like the guy that should have come back. It's Double M.
So whoever Mike Menchek.
Yeah. Malarkey.
Oh, Mike Malarkey!
Oh.
That's right, Mike
I
Malarkey.
fucked up that clue so bad. I
Fuck
was
Mike
like,
Malarkey! I
"Shit."
forgot about Mike Malarkey. That's who I was
Uh,
trying to think of around the Wisenhunt era.
Yep.
Is
Oh,
Mike
okay.
Malarkey? That was to Derek's point. That would have been a curse word in my grandmother's house.
Yes.
It was Mike Malarkey.
Oh, wow.
The last ones here, I'll just go ahead and give Kevin Gilbride, which I've seen
Oh,
the name.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
like up here in the organization now. Yeah.
Randy Finkner.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Randy.
Finkner the
Completely
Schwinkter.
forgot about Finkner.
All right. This one is
Josh's house have yelled at these men. 100%.
through 2018. 7 different players have started 70 or more games at running back for the Steelers. You get 12 guesses.
Have started 70 games. So Greg,
7 different players have started 70 games or more for the Steelers through 2018.
70 divided by 16 is 4 seasons as the starter.
Mm-hmm. So we'll go with Bettis.
Yep.
Hit.
Franco.
Okay.
Hit.
Willie Parker.
Miss.
Mendenhall wasn't around long enough. When did Lev Bell show up?
2013, 2014 was Lev.
And it's through 2018, Derek?
Through 2018, they've played 70 or more games.
He'd be like right there.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell.
Miss.
Ah, damn.
I feel like that was a good guess.
It was, yeah.
Okay, so who was the running back before Bettis?
Oh boy.
There are 2 names you should know.
Oh,
and
Rocky.
3 names that are tough. Yes, there you go.
Rocky, okay.
There's another name that isn't commonly known as. He's a very known Steeler. Him as a running back, it's like people would be like, "Oh, I know that name." You're like, "Yeah, he was a running back," and you'd be like, "Oh, wow, I forgot."
Dan Kreider.
Fullback, close.
He carried the rock, Greg.
He did, yeah.
Running backs, Steelers.
Here's what I'll say too: none of them have rushed for over 1,000 yards in a single season. The remaining
that ain't
guys.
good. That ain't good.
Oh, the remaining
remember-
guys. I was like, you gotta
Yes.
be shitting me.
Yeah. I remember like Amos Zaraway, Deuce Staley.
Deuce Staley's another good one. I don't know. Deuce
yeah,
Staley
the
would
Deuce-
have played 4 whole seasons as a Steeler.
No, I don't think he did. So
I'll give you one of the names that I don't think you'll get.
Okay.
That is Ray Matthews.
No idea.
no, I wouldn't have gotten it.
I'll give you another name that is funny to say: Dick Hoke.
Oh, Dick Hoke.
I will give you another name that is silly: LB Nickel.
No idea.
No idea.
And the last one, Merrill Hodge.
Oh, Merrill
Wow.
Hodge.
Yeah. If you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Merrill Hodge was a Steeler," you're like, "Yeah, he was a running back." Oh shit, he was a running back.
Gun
Yeah.
to my head, I would have
That-
said he was a quarterback.
That's yep.
Yeah.
I would have said linebacker.
Yeah. Merrill Hodge,
Uh,
the guy who thinks Drake May is terrible. Yeah. Fuck off.
Smart guy. Through 2018, 9 players, that is 9 players, have posted 6 or more hat tricks as a member of the Penguins. You get 15.
Through 2016,
Through 2018,
through 2018. All
9
right.
players have posted 6 or more hat tricks as a member of the Pens.
6 or more hat tricks as a member of the Pens. Greg. Mario Lemieux's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hit,
Yammer Yager is 1.
hit,
Sidney Crosby is 1.
hit. A little hesitation there.
Well, because he's not really a hat trick guy.
Yeah.
Gino's
I
got to
am-
be 1.
Yep,
Okay.
that's 4 in a row.
Greg,
Who would be like wingers that were on that?
Kevin
like, would've-
Stevens,
Okay.
Hit,
Joey Mullen,
miss,
Alexei Kovalev.
hit.
Ooh.
Well done, Josh.
That
Nice,
one felt
Michael.
good. Letting that
Yeah,
one
I
go
could tell.
felt
I could
good.
tell. I can tell.
I've never heard of these last 3 guys except for one of them tonight.
Oh. So
Ooh,
James Neal
uh,
is not on that list.
Ron Francis, maybe?
Well,
Miss.
ooh. More of an Apples guy in Pittsburgh, I
Hmm.
guess. Except for tonight. Oh, so Sil App.
Miss.
Ooh.
Great card to pull a name off of, though,
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
since all
Jean
the other
Provost?
ones were football players.
What about Jean Provost? Or
Yep.
is it?
Miss.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, Rick Kehoe. Okay. 6 or more guys Derek has not heard of.
You have 2 more guys.
2 more
And you have
guys.
2 more guesses.
2 more misses.
That have 6 or more hat tricks. Ugh.
Does Derek know who Brian Trottier is?
Is that a guess?
I'm asking Greg.
You've said it before many times, so like I feel like the name would ring a bell.
But it's a weird spelling.
It is a weird spelling. I'll give you that.
I'm going Trotz. Go Brian Trottier.
Miss.
Mm. Damn.
Not Kevin Stevens. What about Alexei Morozov, Greg?
The Devil Killer. He definitely had multiple hat
He
tricks.
might have had 6 against the Devil.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, just for shits
Fuck
and gigs, I
it!
say
Send it Alexei Morozov!
Miss.
Ah!
It is Rob Brown and Mike Bullard.
I don't know Mike Bullard. I'm pissed about Robbie Brown. I should have known Robbie Brown. He just played for the Penguins long enough. Like, he was a good goal scorer, but he played for the Penguins for like 15 fucking years.
All right. I have 1, 2, 3. I got 5 more cards and then we're good.
Cool.
Okay, I'm in.
I picked out these ones special. Through 2019, 9 players have caught a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl for the Steelers.
We
I will
already
give
did this.
you. I think we did scored.
Oh, score.
Yeah, I don't think we did caught.
Oh God, we're not even thinking about the. Ooh, this is
Yeah,
gonna be
so
rough.
that is 9 players. I'll give you 16 guesses. This one's tough. Through 2019, 9 players have caught a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl for
A
the Steelers.
touchdown pass. So James Harrison does not count, Greg.
Fair.
Good job.
Thank you. All right.
Context clues.
Context clues, yeah. Okay, so let's try to start kind of early. Lynn Swan.
Hit.
Okay. John Stallworth.
Hit.
I bet Franco would have caught one.
I don't know how often they were throwing passes to the running back or fullback in the 70s.
He did catch one.
Okay, Franco.
Miss.
I'm sorry, Greg.
Immaculate reception was not in the Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't. AFC Championship game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Divisional game, actually.
Oh, divisional game. Okay.
Okay. I'll go to a couple other ones I know. Hines Ward.
Hit.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't believe that Josh didn't scream the touchdown to Hines Ward. That's you've talked about that on every Steelers card so far.
Okay, Santonio Holmes.
Yep.
Hit. Easy
Uh,
peasy.
Mike Wallace.
Hit.
Oh, 9 have caught a touchdown.
We've done that. Randall L has never scored a touchdown, right, for the Steelers, Greg?
He threw the
He
touchdown.
threw the touchdown, but not caught. Okay.
You have
correct.
a deep cut, a common guy on these cards, and 2 gentlemen I've never heard of.
What about Martavis Bryant?
He was not on any of those Super Bowl teams, bud.
Not the one that they lost?
No,
2010?
he was not on that team. I don't
Okay.
believe.
Who would have caught the passes in that one? Heath?
Mike Wallace was one of them.
What about Heath Miller?
Yeah. Okay. Heath Miller.
Miss. Second miss.
I think Nate Washington might have caught like a couple. Nate Washington?
Miss.
I'm just glad Greg missed one, finally.
Yeah.
I talked him into 2 misses.
Fuck. I don't remember who caught the passes in the Super Bowl 30 against the Cowboys, so that's a struggle for me on that one.
That would be where I believe some of these come from.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the other
Who
Super
would have
Bowls.
been the tight end on the Cower Super Bowl? In the Cower Super Bowl.
Fuck. Keith was drafted in 05, so he wouldn't have been there. Oh God, I have no idea.
Would Dan Kreider or Jerome Bettis or Willie Parker have caught a pass?
Bettis didn't score a touchdown. Parker had that long run, so it wouldn't have
Okay.
been pass.
Kreider?
You can guess. I don't think Kreider would have caught one, but
I'm just
give it a
throwing
try.
out names.
no, that's fine.
Plex?
Plex was not on that.
Fine, Greg.
AB was on that Super Bowl team. They lost to the Packers, so I could guess AB in that one.
Miss.
Ah, fuck.
Larry Brown and Randy Grossman are two of them, but I'm taking away two of your misses.
Okay.
So Larry Brown, Randy Grossman off the board.
So
One is a guy who has commonly come up for Steelers cards. The other one is a deep cut. A fantastic name, but a deep cut.
Who's the third receiver for the 70s team?
Oof.
What was his fucking name?
It was a goofy name, I remember, because he was like, oh, fuck. I don't want to say goofy name, but like, I've watched the Immaculate Reception episode on like Peyton's Places before, and he comes up all the time, and I can't remember the damn name.
Would Merrill Hodges have caught?
I'll give you
I don't
guys
think-
30 seconds.
I'm
No
spent.
telling.
I don't think so.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Rocky Blyer,
Duh.
Wow.
Yancey Thigpen.
Who the fuck is Yancey?
I've heard
Thigpen?
the name. I just don't.
The greatest name in Steelers history. He played in the
Seriously?
Super Bowl
I've heard
against
that
the
name.
Cowboys, Super Bowl X.
There you go.
Yancey Thigpen's a dog. Through 2018, the Pirates have retired the jersey number of 8 former players. 12 guesses.
All right, Greg, go cook.
Should just do
Or,
one
or
guess.
do you
One
want
miss.
me to know get the ones I know?
You can get the ones you know.
Okay, Honus Wagner.
Wagner. Good job, Josh.
Okay, Roberto Clemente.
Yep.
Bill Mazeroski.
Yep.
Kent Colvey.
Miss.
What are you fucking smacking your head for?
There's like a huge name still. Well, they're all huge names. I shouldn't say that, but
I've got the 3 statues. I don't know.
yep. No, you did good.
Manny? Greg?
No.
All right, fine. Then you do the rest.
Greg's ability to hold back is very impressive. Greg, so far he has Honus Wagner, Roberto Clemente, and Bill Mazeroski.
Okay, Willie Stargell.
Yep.
Oh, duh.
All right. Pie Trainer.
Yep.
Paul Wayner.
Yep.
Ralph Wayner.
Miss on Ralph Wayner.
Oh, that might. Shut up. Danny Murtaugh was a manager, so I'm not gonna say. So I can't say him. Jackie Robinson, I'm not gonna. That
Does not count. That does not count.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Okay.
He wasn't even good. So you had Ralph's first name.
Ralph Kiner.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I got mixed up.
And I will give you the last one because you are an idiot, Danny Murtaugh.
The Whistling Irishman's number 13 was retired in 17 or 18.
Huh. Danny Murtaugh, I think of as a manager. I don't think of him as a
All right.
player.
We'll
He
do
had a
these
number.
last two.
All
I know, but I
managers
just-
have a number.
I know, but he said player. That's why I didn't.
But I only know his name because we went to college with the Danny Murtaugh.
Oh.
Through
Uh,
from 1988 to 2018, 9 Pitt Panthers were selected in the first round of the NFL draft. 12 guesses.
okay, you said 1988 to
88
2000.
to 18.
All right, I've
88
got
to
2.
Go ahead, name them.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Yep.
Dan Marino.
When do you think Dan Marino was drafted, Miss?
Oh, I missed that part, I guess.
Yep, 1988 to 2018. And Dan Marino,
Would have been like 70
what was
something.
he? Yeah. What was Elway
83.
to Marino?
83.
Good
So
try, though.
this is what sucks. Is
There's
I
two
wish,
clear, easy ones in this, too.
yeah,
Oh.
Aaron Donald,
Yep. Who's the other one, Greg? Come on.
Darrell Rivas.
Yes, there you go.
Was James Conner the second round?
He was a third round.
Okay.
What really,
Uh,
what really sucks is I know that there was the year that Bill Fralick went 2 and Chris Dolman went 4, but that was 85, I think, so I can't do that one. My 90s one is kind of lacking. I don't remember if Antonio Bryant, is he a first rounder?
He is not, Miss.
Ah, damn.
I'll give you, Greg. I don't know any of these guys, so let me know
John
when you give
Baldwin?
up. Miss.
Damn. Okay. Oh God.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Reuben Brown, Sean Gilbert, Bert Grossman, Craig Hayward, Jeff Ota, Tom Ricketts. Is Craig Hayward Cam's dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff Odom, I should have gotten. He was a lineman for the Panthers. Fuck. And Tom Ricketts was
Christian Ricketts' dad?
Yes.
no.
No,
No.
Jordan Ricketts' dad.
Oh.
All right, Josh, are you ready to cook?
Yeah, I guess.
You guys get 15 guesses. Through 2018, 10 Steelers have caught 10 or more touchdowns from Ben Roethlisberger.
Plexico Burris.
Miss.
No! Flex! How did you catch 10 touchdowns, Flex?
You were so confident.
Fuck!
Okay.
Thought I
Heinz
would have
Ward.
played.
Hit.
Okay. Antoine Randall L.
Miss.
Oh, no!
Is it touchdowns in a It's touchdowns all time or touchdowns in a season? Just out of curiosity.
10 Steelers have caught 10 or more touchdown passes from Ben Roethlisberger.
How did Plexico Burris not catch 10? He probably dropped 15. I'll tell you that.
Heath Miller.
Yeah.
Hit.
Okay.
Antonio Brown.
If you would have told me through 4 guesses, you guys would be 2 and 2.
I know. Antonio Brown.
Hit.
Lev Bell, maybe.
Yeah, Love Bell.
Miss.
Fuck.
Ooh. Mike Wallace.
Hit.
Manuel Sanders.
Hit.
Santonio
Okay.
Holmes.
Hit.
Santonio
You have
Holmes was
6
that
out of your
fucking
10.
good.
You have 3 misses. I'll give you 16 guesses total.
Okay. 10 or more. There was that one year. I just want to Jericho Cotchery.
Hit.
All right.
Jericho Cotchery caught 10.
Yeah, there
Plex
was
played
that year-
with Ben for like 5 seasons. He didn't catch 2 touchdowns a year. For
There was
5
one year that
seasons.
there was one year that Cotchery was there was one year Cotchery was the end zone guy for him. It was weird.
There's a name I really just need Josh to say. It's a name that you have 0 fucking time frame of when he played for the Steelers.
Oh, me?
Like literally you have guessed him from fucking 99 to 2018 doing this game over the past couple weeks. You think he
88.
played in every Super Bowl they've ever
He
played?
played in every Super Bowl he ever played.
Jesus.
Really well known. Really well known for Steelers fans. Somewhat of a deep cut for Steelers fans. We mentioned one of them tonight. Well, two of them tonight, since Josh thought he played for the Super Bowl.
What year was Ben drafted, Greg?
2004.
Greatest quarterback draft since
Oh
Elway
no,
Williams.
he did. He only played 1 year with him.
Mm-hmm.
He did catch 10 touchdowns from Eli Manning. I just want that on the record.
Shout out him.
Yeah, sure.
I think all three of these guys may have played with AB.
I
Ooh.
don't know. I don't have a reference point for when he played.
I know you don't.
No, that's what you're asking. You're telling me to pull that guy.
You have said this guy has played 2012 and 2018 and was drafted in 2016. You have drugged this man across the field.
So Willie Parker?
No, I'm not counting that as a guess. It's a wide receiver.
That's a wide receiver?
Yes, it's. I want you to say it because I just to get the validation.
I don't think Greg knows it.
No, I know it.
Plex is my favorite. I love Plex. I love Hines. I love Randall L. I love.
There's a guy that you have been consistently saying that you thought played in one of the Super Bowls, but was drafted way later.
Like way later. Egregiously later. We were a part of celebrating at least two of these guys as compliments to Antonio Brown.
Oh, Juju.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Would have been
Mhm.
one.
And there's another one that you have tried to say multiple times.
He went to
and-
Clemson. He was there with, I think, D-Hop and Sammy Watkins.
Wait, he'll get it on this one. He looks like an alien.
Chase Claypool wasn't at LSU.
That counts as a miss. The other one, Greg, is a guy that you guys have named when I said sneaky deep cut. His last season with us was 08.
Ooh, okay.
You want to get high?
Freaking alien?
Josh, you want to get high?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Martavis Bryant.
There
Yeah,
you
okay,
go.
all right.
There you go.
Okay.
Last name?
You said it was a sneaky deep cut that retired.
He played 04 to 08 with the Stillers.
That's not real long.
He played with a couple other teams here and there. He was always a wide receiver 3 type of guy. You've named him multiple times. Or he's been named multiple times.
What
for
about
this
that
card.
Nate guy?
Nate Washington?
Nate Washington. Good
Okay.
job, Josh. Yeah, you have no idea when Martavis Bryant was alive.
No clue.
Yeah. He could have been a founding father.
I just remember that he got. Was he the one that got caught on McKnight Road with the pot with the running back?
No, that was LeGarrette Blunt.
Was the
and
Garrett
Le'Veon
Blunt and
Bell.
Lev Bell, yeah.
And Lev Bell. Okay.
All right, I gotta get back to work.
All
See if
right.
this shit works.
Sounds
Good
good.
job, guys. Love you and great times.
Love
Love
you.
you as well. Have fun.